change your mic, man. Sounds really good.
Hello and welcome everyone. This is the Gundam Gunpla Grunts episode 16. Today is a kind of a special episode. It's going to be short, and we have a new segment as well. We will be talking about the latest episode and the final episode of G-Witch. So we're really excited. We have everybody of the original crew here on the podcast. Very exciting news. So you guys all know everyone's here. Icy's here. We have JD's here. We got Kai. We got Locust. We got Moku. We got me. We got Wolf. We got Medic, and we got Fluffy V. Everyone is here. The first part of the show, we're gonna do the good idea, bad idea. Let's take a look at this week's good idea and bad idea.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea.
I can't wait to want to kill someone again.
Cutting out small parts or polycaps over.
Oh, it's a good idea this time, thank God.
Ta-da!
Set out the pieces.
Bad idea.
That's the
Cutting
A1. No, wait, it's the C1.
Over a carpeted floor. I think this is the one where I myself over. Yes, it is.
Oh, fuck, dude!
Damn.
No!
I did like my second build ever. Like, what the? You never do it over carpet.
No.
Ever.
Exactly, that's the point.
That's madness.
I'm doing it so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I do it regardless. I once lost a wire for like a week.
To be fair, I found that part, but the ironic thing is I lost it on my desk. I don't know where it is now.
Oh, those are the worst.
Right.
Yeah, so for the viewers at home, good idea is to
Get a build mat.
Get a build mat or put it on a table that is a different color and it's easy to see the pieces that you're cutting. Don't do it on the carpet, please. Especially if it's color coded to the piece.
I have nearly lost V-fins down in that carpet specifically.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Unfortunately,
if you want to be a real professional, just completely Dexter up an entire room. You'll never lose a piece again, and you can dispose of bodies.
There you go.
Found the part. I found the part.
There you go. So that was yeah. I'm sure that's happened to at least once to everybody here. I'm sure the viewers at home.
I guarantee it's happened to any builder.
Yeah. Definitely happened to me.
Flooring.
Yeah.
Come at my laminate flooring.
Today we also have our brand new segment that we're going to be doing, which I'm really stoked for. It is called What's That Gundam? And basically what's going to happen is we're going to show a silhouette of the Gundam. Our podcast members are going to DM me the answer that they think the mobile suit is. And they will also wager points. They can wager from 100 to 500 points. All right. Also, if they guess the answer wrong, they can go into the negatives. I repeat, they can go into negative points.
Fucking capitalism.
Oh, dear.
The prize of the at the end of the first season of What's That Gundam is not disclosed yet, but I'll think of something. So
2 channel points.
so
It's gonna be a giant gummy bear or something.
All right. So contestants, you know what to do?
I believe I do.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Yes.
We DM you on Discord, right?
Yeah, just DM me on Discord, yes.
Let's do this.
DM you whilst shouting lies in the voice
Don't
chat.
shout anything. You're gonna help everybody else. All right.
Yeah.
Out there,
All
as
right.
soon as you hear it.
DM me. Okay, get ready. We're gonna present the video. Okay, here we go.
Give it
Here we go.
It's a Gundam!
Oh, nice.
Really?
Okay, that was an easy one.
It was super easy.
The first one's always easy.
Jigglypuff, seen from above.
All right. That was our first ever segment. That was our first ever segment of What's That Gundam? Let's see. See what we have here. Now, do you guys want me to say your answers now? Or should I, at the next episode, reveal the leaderboard score?
No, let's do it now. It could be a good laugh.
No,
at
do
it.
it now. Do it
I'm not
now.
gonna
I'm
remember
gonna
it.
be
Sure, I
so
don't
bad
care.
at
Yeah,
this
I'm not gonna
because
remember
I'm the
that.
least.
I'm,
I'm like
I'm
the
like
least
50
seasoned person.
Okay. So I have the answers are in. Okay. So the first answer from Wolf, he wagered 100 points
Oh, point, sorry.
and
Right,
he
points
said
per time.
Gundam Wing. Unfortunately, Mech Wolf,
It's at the Wing Zero.
it's the wrong answer. It is the Wing Zero. I'm
That's what
sorry.
I thought when I
Yeah,
put it in.
you could
I
tell.
thought
That was
It's
like
right
the
there.
part I was thinking
No,
of.
no,
was
I
it-
realized. I kind of realized it after typing
Yeah.
It's
when I saw
so
the wings,
easy,
the way it
but
was.
it's so
Yeah.
easy to get.
Oh, I just looked at
That
the
was the
rifle.
wings that tipped me off.
The rifle is a
I'd
bit,
say
but
the-
here's the thing about the
Alright.
rifle. It looks similar if the silhouette with the way the girth is
Yeah.
to the
It has
original
two
wing.
barrels.
Yeah, I could see that.
No, you can just barely see the two barrels though.
All right. Kai.
Listen, I've spent a lot of time staring at the Twin Buster
Kai's
rifle.
answer. Unfortunately, he wagered 50 points, but we're gonna have to up that to 100 because I said between 100 to 500.
God
He
damn
got it
Kai.
right with Wing Zero.
Yeah.
That is the correct answer.
Take 50 points off him for demanding 50
You know,
points.
Give me my 50
Wah,
points.
wah.
That's what I wagered.
JD,
Whatever.
unfortunately said the Wing Gundam, and he wagered 100
Ooh.
points and lost those
He said it.
100 points.
Oh, that hurts.
Wing Zero and the Wing Gundam look so similar in silhouette.
I see.
Eh.
His answer.
Don't go
was,
eh.
Icy's answer was Wing Zero Sky High. Unfortunately,
went-
Icy, your wager of 100 points is now negative 100.
You went with the one
Where
from
did
the
you get Sky
OVA.
High from?
Yeah, I was like, there's no way.
Sky
it's
High
that
is from the
easy.
OVA, from that that 3 or 4 episode OVA where they were showing off like
Oh,
the
we might have
the
thought he was
Barbatoros.
tricked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
there's
yeah.
no way it's that easy. I gotta. He's being cheeky. I was like, nope.
Locust.
I wouldn't have actually been
Locust.
surprised if this was called the
Showing
Senate.
off the fucking Dokumi pictures
Yeah.
before they're supposed to be.
Sorry. We're gonna
All
sneak
the
peek.
pictures.
Sorry. Locust with the answer of Master Gundam with no wager of points.
Wait, what?
I'm
no
assuming
idea.
wings and took a guess.
Unfortunately,
Master
Where did you get Master Gundam from? It's clearly holding a
I
gun.
actually can see it. I
Okay.
can see it. Like, look at the Wing
Un-
Zero's wings. Look at the Master
unfortunately-
Gundam's binders.
Unfortunately, Locust, that is the incorrect answer. And I will have to automatically take minus 500. No, I'm kidding. Minus
No, I
100
was gonna say,
points.
damn.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm going to be honest. I just, like I said, like while everybody was talking, I have watched the least amount of Gundam shows out
okay.
of everybody,
It's
so I'm
okay.
probably gonna end so deep in
It's
the
okay.
minus.
It's okay. It's
Oh.
okay. We have Moku, who wagered 250 points for the Wing Gundam Zero. That is correct. That is correct.
It is acceptable, yeah, definitely.
We will accept that answer, even though it's technically, Gundam Wing Zero. It's
as long
fine.
as it's got Wing Zero
It's
in there,
fine.
I think we can all agree.
It's
that's
fine.
good.
That's nitpicking.
It's fine. We have the Fluffy
getting used to
Master
nitpicking.
V here with Wing Zero, and the wager is 500 points.
He was very confident.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you
Show
ain't
off.
gonna mess with me and
Show
the wings,
off.
baby.
All right, we have next we have Medic with the wager of 500 points. Wing Zero. That is correct.
Nice.
I'm gonna be honest. I forgot the higher than Sky version even existed.
Well, it's only in OVA, so
So
I have it
In-
staring at
in
me from my
fairness,
backlog.
Technically,
Only in an
I
OVA
did
that
because
Gundam
I
Info
looked at
took
the
off their
silhouette,
YouTube.
the
And I
scores
looked literally 3 shelves up, and the model's right
Mm.
there. So I technically cheated.
The scores will be updated, but this is everyone. This is what the leaderboard is going to look like. So we will adjust that next episode, and we will have another segment of What's That Gundam. Okay.
Prepare to make my
It's
score.
actually
Sweet.
really fun. I like the answers. Even the
I'm gonna
wrong
fucking
answers are hilarious.
die the moment you start asking about seed.
All right. So quickly, we're gonna go into everyone's favorite, the cool wall. Okay.
Just
Hey.
before we go on to the
Hey.
football, I'd like to mention that
Yeah.
Aya's got them thighs of Ariel.
Yep, absolutely. We got thighs here. We got thighs.
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 Ariel
thighs.
thighs.
Nice for days.
So this mobile suit is from G Fighter, and I think it's probably the most amazing design I've
Oh,
ever
no.
seen in my life.
Let
Well,
me
that's saying
see
something.
which one this
We'll
is,
see.
because there are a lot.
It is the mobile suit P14 3S
Oh,
What
You put the li-
S.
you put the lime in the
Escator.
coconut.
You
I
really
love
had
him.
to fucking
Escator.
reach here because
Look
this
at this
shows-
shitty
What am I
baby.
looking at?
This
fucking thing
is
shows up like once.
this is peak design mobile suit right here.
It is
Do
the
you mean
tequila Zoc.
Design?
It is.
Do you mean beak design?
Yes,
It's
I mean
look like
peak
the- it's from-
design.
It looks
you
like
know-
the
you know what,
freaking. It looks to me like someone like the freaking Xeon engineers just saw the fucking camper and says, "We need to reassemble this and put the parts in wrong."
Okay. Medic, where is this peak design going?
Well, unfortunately, not cool because it doesn't have hands, so we can't really do
It's
much.
got beak for hands. How awesome is that?
Okay, you say that, but in a series that's all about fist fighting, eating, and careful martial arts, you kind of want fingers. You can't do a palm strike with this thing.
No,
love
but
him.
you can impale somebody and then you can bite somebody with the beak.
Yes, but then as you try, a hand wraps around your face and asks if you've seen this man.
I will just say, I
Okay,
would
so
take
Medic,
the
where's it?
fucking-
Where's it? So you're going on not cool?
Unfortunately.
Okay. Let's go with Wolf.
Yeah, definitely not cool. I love the grunt suits aren't the greatest in G Gundam.
Okay.
There's like one that's good that looks similar to the gym, and that's about it. But this thing is seriously not cool.
Oh my god.
I mean,
this is.
it's just
Look at him.
it looks like the Xeon designers ran out of money. I mean, they're always running out of money, but they
Oh.
really ran out of money here.
All right, Moku, where's it going?
Wait, did you say Locust?
I
No,
only
Mo-
have
Moku.
one thing to say about. I only have one thing to say about this mobile suit.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Not cool.
Not
oh
cool.
my god. Okay. Locust, where's it going?
Okay, so I can't put it in Sub-Zero because it's just way too whimsical to go there. But I have this issue where I just love everything that's kind of silly and stupid and
Yeah.
completely
I mean,
idiotic.
you
but it's
can
just
put
like
it in Sub-Zero. Absolutely.
I'm not going to. He's going in cool,
Okay.
but like right on the line because the GOG is definitely way cooler than that.
Okay.
But it's just like I love
Dog
these.
is also functional.
I love these silly, weird aquatic designs because always like
Note to
who
self:
who came up with
a
this?
known fact,
it's-
the GOG is not actually cool.
It's
The
amazing.
GOG is also not really
Super
that
cool.
functional.
All right. So cool. Kai.
More functional than this. Not cool.
Not cool. Oh my
I know.
god. okay.
Seriously, not cool.
Seriously, not cool.
I just
Listen, if it
Oh
had
my
fingers, it would be
God.
Sub-Zero easily.
The oofs.
like
Oh my
I just-
god.
it's silly. I like it for the fact that it's silly,
Yeah.
but
What is
it's
this even
so-
from?
It doesn't have to. It's
Gee.
from G Fighter.
Oh,
It doesn't
why?
have to be functional
Yeah,
to
no, like,
be
the-
to be cool or not cool. You know.
Like, it's Neo Mexico's
So-
grunt suit. You know,
Why
the,
a duck?
It's
I
it's
don't think
actually
it's-
a platypus, but
That shit.
Why a platypus?
Take a picture of a platypus next to it.
I need
I need to
somebody
talk to my
put a
local.
brown hat.
platypus.
I need to
Somebody
talk to
put
my
a brown
local.
hat on it.
House
There's
way.
Asian
Platypus.
P.
Okay.
Zoc the platypus.
wait. So
House way.
guys,
The
oh,
platypus.
Order. Kai, where's you putting it seriously not cool?
Seriously, not cool.
Blasphemy.
Just
I need to talk to my local VTuber platypus.
Okay.
No.
All
What
right.
the hell is this thing's name again?
I'll tell you in a bit. Hold on. JD.
Oh shit, my turn.
Yeah.
Yo, for the lulz, throw that shit in the Sub-Zero.
Yo.
My boy with the quest.
My boy. Hey, my man. Right.
Suddenly
just for
knives
the
just fall on
lulz.
you.
If you got the tentacle or hand over there in the line of Sub-Zero,
Yep.
my boy.
Okay. All right.
Where's
Sub-Zero.
Kakarot 197's video on this one? I want to see the development history of this thing.
Suddenly knives
All we know about
disappear.
it is that it's made of zocnium.
Icy.
I'm sorry. Is that real?
It is real.
I
It
refuse to
is
believe that's real.
actually real.
It is not as weird as the one made of Big Zamium.
It's real.
What?
What?
Okay.
Yeah,
My
like the
head.
grunt suits.
Let
the
Icy
Icy.
speak, please.
Okay. So I've already pack bonded with it. I've named it Sir Reginald Quackington III, so
Yep.
it's Sub-Zero.
Oh, beautiful. We have
Let's go.
another Sub-Zero. All right, V. It's up to you now.
Oh god.
It's
Why?
literally up to you because I have it in Sub-Zero as well, so it's up to you.
I've got a serious question for this suit. then.
Yes.
Like, since when did Xeon hire the fucking penguins from Madagascar to build a suit?
Look, it's
That's my
not
legit
Xeon, it's Neo Mexico. So just
That's
as a
even worse.
Smile and
That's
wave.
not
just
helping
before
your
But his
case.
name is
before
Italian.
V Fluffy decides to place his thing, I just want to let you know that it's designed by Neo Mexico. So I feel like if you put it into like the not cool and seriously not cool, you're racist.
Also,
As a half,
I'm just saying.
As a-
They tried to do this
as a
on
half
Top
Mexican,
Gear.
I refute this.
They tried to do
I do
this
not take
with,
ownership of this design at
Richard
all.
Hammond
I
from
banish
Top
it.
Gear,
Okay, let
because he
let
didn't like the
Fluff.
Mexican supercar.
All right, Fluffy.
But I'm, you know what? I'm going to agree with some other people's thoughts that it's actually nice to see random weirdness design.
Yeah.
My problem with it is that you say it's from the G Gundam Fighter series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
This thing is structurally not built for martial arts combat, so
Yep.
I'll
Well,
give
it's
it
a
a cool
grunt.
for being funny.
Okay.
But it's in the middle with me because it's funny
Okay.
and a comical design, but martial arts maneuvers from this suit
Yep.
hasn't got the joints for it besides the legs. The arms are just
Okay.
useless
apparently,
unless
A
you're
lot
doing
of
the
not
grunts
stabbing
designed
in
for
G
motion.
martial
Gundam are
arts.
just meant to just stand there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
guess
meant
if
to
it's
be a
just to
body.
stand there and look like a tool,
Yeah.
I'll give it a cool based on it's
Okay.
just a fun design.
Okay. All
I'll
right.
be nice to it.
Can I change mine just to go up to cool just on the basis of that? It's just
Yeah.
it does its thing
Yeah.
as a body to be destroyed.
I will say one thing. I banish this thing to Brazil.
I
So
would
like it
never
belongs there.
build
it's
a kit
unanimous.
of this in a million years, even
It's
if it was
actually
given to me.
I never thought we'd have this unanimous decision of being so cohesive in our decision.
Ha,
Um
ha.
it's
Ha.
gonna be
Colonies for you.
it's gonna end up
Yeah, I'd
on the
say
line here.
just above cool. Yeah,
It's gonna be on the
fair
line
with it.
here. I know some people are not happy with this. And guess what? That's too bad.
It cracks a lot.
Sir Quaxalot
Waxington.
is
So many not cools and suddenly.
more in the cool, a little. I got some rocks through. He's a little bit in the Sub-Zero, mostly in the cool. If we could stretch him out, he'd be in the not cool. But I mean, this is just a really good
You don't
design.
need to stretch
I
it.
would
It's fat as fuck.
seriously never build a model kit of this, but if they turned it into a rubber ducky style toy for the bathtub, I'd have one.
You know, they actually did that with some seed designs. Like you put a bath bomb in.
Exactly.
Yeah, you put a bath bomb in, and then you take some runners that were hidden inside the bath bomb out afterwards and assemble them.
Oh no, I want a
That sounds
straight
gross.
rubber
That's
ducky
weird.
version of this. It squeaks when I squeeze it like a stress ball.
Okay.
So you pull the runner out of your dirty bathwater?
Ew.
Listen,
right.
you want seed aquatic mobile suits? This is how you get seed aquatic mobile suits.
We're gonna talk about highly anticipated final episode of G-Witch. We've seen it.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's
Oh, no.
here.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh yeah!
Colonies ready to be thrown.
Oh no!
Let's throw these hands.
So the last episode, briefly, Soletta had some got the Caliburn, major skills, going through, the Gundam nodes like nothing. A major laser fired at the floating death fortress of Doom. We had basically a carbon copy of Mula Flaga stopping the laser, aka Ariel, and this is kind of the ending result of that.
I will say not as cool as Mulaflaga because
I agree. No one can be as cool as Mula Flaga. Okay.
Unicorn did it best.
No,
no,
it did not.
I refuse to give Benager anything.
No,
I refuse to give it all based on the fact that he lived.
Mula Flaga did it best.
That was a good one.
You know what? I'll just say it. At least the unicorn was still standing after it blocked its laser.
Dang,
That makes it worse.
Let's just fucking disassemble
stronger.
Let's be real. As much as I love UC and I love Benager, we also had the Banshee help out too. So I'm just saying.
After Riddy finally got over his shit.
So the episode begins with the Ariel floating in space. After trying to deflect the
this episode was so good.
The beam. And there's no response. Also, Soletta, she faints because of the high permit score. And what do you guys think? I was really kind of curious about this. What you guys thought about how the sword of the Schwartz turned into wings?
It's so fucking cool.
It's fucking horrible. I hate it.
I'm going to say that I prefer the Schwarz set. I prefer the Schwarz set with any mode over the big sword. Like all the angel imagery with the wings or with the coat thingy is so much cooler than I have a big sword that I can't do anything with.
Kudos. Okay, I'm gonna say this one thing. I will say this one thing. All three of you are completely wrong. Completely. Because you know how many times we've seen Gundams with wings?
It looks like scissors. The way that it's designed. Look at it.
How many times we've seen? I would have preferred big sword with interesting ability other than
I can't really see it right now.
They turn into wings.
Good news if we just want a big sword. We got a Seed movie coming up.
Yeah. I honestly thought it just bolted on an ale striker. I really did. I didn't even realize it was the blades. I thought it was an ale striker.
I gotta say though, Bandai really did a good job of hiding what that sword did.
Yeah, they did.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they did.
We knew what the Schwarzette was for months. We had no idea what it could actually do until the last 2 episodes.
I just think it could disappoint everyone.
What the fuck are you talking about? There's memes about how awesome this thing is.
Yeah, so I was convinced that Soletta was gonna kind of rip here, but we find out.
No, they were gonna kill her. It would be later.
No. We find out shortly she's fine. She's okay.
Yes.
So that was.
I mean, she's still very clearly in pain. So how fine is subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just the translation, but that little scene right there just. I don't feel like she's under threat from it. Just doesn't sound urgent.
No, it doesn't.
Reached the level where the body is under threat. Bitch, just say she's gonna die. She's gonna die.
Yeah.
Just say that that she's in critical condition or some shit.
Well,
that sounds like overly complicated.
She's not in critical because she can pilot fine. It's just like she's got a cold, you know.
I mean, they said that basically it's like her body is in danger.
Migraine.
Yes, her body's in danger.
And I'm not gonna spoil it, but I mean there is consequences to this.
Yes.
So I think it's fine.
Yeah, the consequence is under threat.
Meanwhile, on the death floating fortress of Doom, it looks like Nika, Choo-Choo, and who's that guy again?
Melvin.
Yes.
Melvin.
As you had the caption, I'm here too, you know?
Yeah.
It's what's her face's sub.
Yeah.
I just call him Bullhead.
Sadly, the might of Choo-Choo's fists is no match for a pair of Glocks.
So, unfortunately.
No, it's because the hair puffs worn out. Therefore, her power level was suppressed.
I forgot about the
Nah.
fucking Haro holding Glocks. I forgot that was a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The murder horror. Seriously, horror claw.
Murder
When
horror.
we
They
got
later-
him to build Divers Re-Rides, give us the murder horror.
There's been a meme ever since now where it's literally just go do crimes of her handing the Haro a gun.
Yeah.
That's been shown
I mean,
fucking everywhere.
She needs to hand it to someone now that she can't hand it to Soletta anymore.
So basically, they're like, we're gonna be firing another laser at you because we're the Space Assembly League, and
We can do that.
Legally,
That's all right.
We
we're
can
in
do
the
that.
right here.
Hey, fuck you.
we are our own governing body. We can do whatever.
The Ron Swanson because I have a permit.
Yeah.
That was more like I have a giant orbital laser. Your arguments are
Yeah.
invalid.
Basically.
It's like,
I'd
I
like to go
have
for the
a-
last four guys to try
really
this.
I have a high velocity cannon pointed at your chest.
Yeah.
I can
Why
dodge
does the
it.
dad constantly look like he's taking a really
God damn it, how
aggressive
come
shit and he's trying to hide it? He just
So-
has that face for it in the previous scene.
Yeah. So we see Lotta again. We see him briefly because he took up a lot of screen time last time.
Bandai keychain sales.
Yeah,
Coming to
he's
you
like,
new.
here's the keychain, which is shown like 100 times in this episode. It's
Did
boosting
you
the
guys
sales.
realize that there's P Bandai who did actually release these
Yeah.
in the early
Yeah,
years
I
of the
missed
year?
out on
And
getting
now,
them.
yeah, but here's the thing: they're re-releasing
getting them.
them because they're so
Yeah,
popular,
of course they are.
Where?
and we're
I
getting
need to get
two
one
of
for my
them.
girlfriend. She
I'm
wants
just gonna
one.
Take a blowtorch to one. I'm going to admit to that.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
Yes, do it.
Lotta's like,
They can keep-
protect my brother, because Soletta's going out again.
Protect my brother. I'll come back in an even cooler mobile suit this
Yeah,
time.
Exactly. with 2 swords and 4 wings.
And it'll have this keychain in the cockpit.
Now that I've simmered down over the wings, they're okay. They're not the best,
Yeah.
considering we've seen wings hundreds and thousands of times on Gundams.
Yeah. So the laser they kind of know the laser takes time to recharge, so they're going to be heading out to combat the Space League. The Space League has sent their own mobile suits out to kind of like intercept if anyone tries to go after the death laser. I love the design of these mobile suits. What were they called again? Do you guys remember?
I don't know,
No.
but
I don't
they
remember.
look like
Just
chubby
launched
Jagans,
the
but I
mobile
don't
suits.
remember what they're called.
Yeah, I can't remember what they
They
were.
just
like
said
them.
launch the mobile
I-
suits.
I
they
like
didn't
them.
give a name.
Yeah.
Like,
I like-
I don't remember the name.
The
It looks like
purple
they
is
have
in my
machine cannons in the shoulders.
Yeah, it kind of does. It looks like they have something in their shoulders. I'm not sure
Well,
what.
it's probably actually beam
I
based.
think I
They're
think
probably
they're
vertical.
I'd say I think they were thrusters.
They're
Yeah, I think that's what they're
thrusters.
supposed to be. I was about to say.
They're also open pegs for 30 mission minute parts as well.
Of course.
Yes.
Just
I'll
as
take
just to remind you guys of that.
Anyway,
I mean,
we're
it
now
would be if they ever got a
redoing.
kit.
We're now rehashing Zeta Gundam right here.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
have the so the Caliburn has Ariel and is basically going into the Death Fortress because that's what the plot basically says that we're going to be doing. And Ariel.
Well, you gotta get Arya, gotta get
yeah.
Ari out of the Ariel
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, so
Yep,
Soletta's
and you
like,
know-
I gotta go see my mom. So
I gotta go
that's
see
kinda-
my
Fuck
mom,
off,
tell her a
fuck off.
bitch,
You-
and tell
you
her I
know
love
what?
her.
I just want to meme this as a
Okay.
Forrest Gump scene. They took your legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Honestly, I kind of wanted to put the Lion King soundtrack over it.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh
my
no!
To me, there is
Long
only
live the Alex.
Ah,
to me there is only one good
Oh,
scene of a Gundam holding another Gundam, and that's the one with the shining and the burning. So
Yeah,
Fair enough.
So,
Fair enough.
So they make
That
it.
was great.
They make it into the base. They fly in. Again, still in the mobile suit, and the Caliburn still carrying Ariel. Soletta pops out of the Caliburn, standing on top of the Ariel Gundam, and she's talking to her mom, and her mom's trying to kind of still like manipulate her, like put Ariel into the Quiet Zero, and she'll come back, and she's kind of playing the sympathy card, like your mom's body will be paralyzed soon, and we need Eerie to come back, and he uses that manipulation again. If you care about Eerie, you can move forward too, right? So she tried to use that tactic again, and it's like, you're wrong, Mom.
Mom, no, you've done horrible things. I don't care that your legs don't work. That does not give you a morality pass.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we see.
All
I
the
actually think
past-
this
At this
is.
point, I care more about my sister than you do.
Yeah.
I actually think this is like a very strong like moment for Soletta, like a
is.
perfect wrap up to her character arc. Because she
I will-
stands up to her mother instead of being like, "Okay, mom, whatever you say."
I will say
I
it's
was looking
it's
forward to it.
good, but I
defiant
won't say it's
teenager.
like perfect, but I will say it is good.
Yeah, yeah.
This
I
entire
will
series
say
could have
something
used
about
one
this.
more episode.
Yeah, I will say this, but I'll save it for the when we're done.
Yeah, it does
talking
kind of
about,
feel
like,
like
the
it's
series.
rushing a bit.
So
A bit.
what
Like, just a bit.
what do they do instead? What do they do instead? What is
We just do it with the Caliburn.
Yeah,
They-
Yeah,
Maybe
just
short
go with
time.
the fucking
They
We're
start
caliber.
plugging her
playing this
in.
scene
Plug
when
the
they
Caliburn
fucking
in 'cause it's
Terminator
got no
2
filter.
says,
One
"Come with me if you want to live."
One
Yeah,
Gundam's like another
Schwarzenegger.
Gundam.
Yeah, so the Caliburn pops into the Quiet Zero system, and we have a character who returns who we haven't seen since the first season.
I fucking ugly cried when this showed up. I was like,
I
no.
was, yeah, me too.
Elan
I think I
4
did a double take.
has come back.
He's
Oh,
alive.
I'm getting
He is
emotional.
Okay, so I
alive.
was
That's
right.
when,
This is the
um,
fourth
He
Elon.
is not alive. He's very, very dead.
He
He's
is
very,
alive.
very dead. He's just in the fucking Nexus.
He's
Yeah,
alive
this is like
and
the echo
well
of
in
him.
the ether. Okay.
He's in the weird Gundam's.
He's in the
Gundam
life
space for
stream.
new types.
In the
I don't know what the
ether,
fuck it's
it's
called.
He's in. Yeah, no, he's fucking hanging out in new type. He's hanging out in the builds here. He's just popping in now.
Yeah, for what? And
Yeah.
at least he's not fucking naked like most of the people are when they're in that fucking.
But
weird
yeah,
space
yeah, no,
world.
like he's playing chess with Dazzle on the
be.
weekends.
Wait, actually, I was like, they can't be naked. They're kids. But I'm like, wait.
Indeed.
Excuse me?
Lamar.
Yeah.
This is
Anyway,
anime, you fool.
So JD, what did you think of Elan 4 coming back?
It first threw me off a little off guard.
Yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't too bad for me. I didn't tear up or anything. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It was, I guess, a nice segment.
I think it was a nice surprise, to be honest. I liked
Yeah.
it. I thought it was kind of cool. Does anyone not like him coming back?
I'm a little confused by it, but it's not like I don't like it because he
Yeah.
was one of the most interesting characters. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I admit it was a little bit
kinda
confusing to
bummed.
see Elon 4 come out of nowhere in that.
Yeah.
Because I would have more expected just anyone involved with the Venedis incident showing up rather than
Yeah, no.
And where are the
Elon
rest
just like
of
out of the blue. It's like,
Elons?
hey, by the way, I'm here.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
where
no,
are the
that
rest of
it
them?
honestly doesn't make
I
much sense
think-
because he's the one person Prosper has no business getting the biodata of.
Yep.
I think it makes sense considering something when people kind of suggest, and that's also mentioned later, that the way Soletta pushes the permit further than it, with Eri, is by being emotional. And apart from Mio, Ellen 4 is kind of the only individual that she had a almost like a romantical bond with.
I think you're really trying to stretch it here. I will be completely honest. Like you're stretching that.
No,
You're stretching that slinky far.
No, Gundam Twitter was pretty much.
I
on
will.
board
I
with
will
that.
say that does give me a theory that since he was the only other person to, I think, get into the aerial, there might be some residue.
No, that was
of
Elon
him.
5.
No, that was.
No, that
Oh,
was
no,
Ellen 4.
yeah, no, you're right. Never mind. Sorry.
That could work. He's the
Yeah,
one
that
that he's like the only other person to pop into the aerial, and Eri didn't immediately fry his brain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because there was an emotional bond between him and Soletta. And she
There
kind of,
Soletta would be sad if
There
I
was
murdered
something
you.
there.
yeah.
True.
When I saw him, I just started hearing the happy birthday thing again, and that's But the thing is, though, my brain has now turned it into like the Dead Space form of Happy Birthday. So when I saw him, I was
Oh,
like,
no.
yeah, Dead Space is going on. Let's do this." But it was an alright scene. I thought it was a
That
bit
needs
of
to be an edit.
an attempted grab at the old feels, but it was not the worst grab at the feels I've ever seen.
Yeah, it
from
could have been
Gundam
done worse.
shows, so it
Yeah.
was pretty good. It was all right.
It could have been Soletta's dad, someone who she actually has no emotional attachment to.
Yeah, that wouldn't
That
have
would
made
have been
any
awkward.
sense.
But like, oh, well, hello there.
So I do like the fact that it was someone that she had some sort of emotional attachment to. I think that was kind of cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that seemed to work, and Ariel comes back and is reignited into the Gundam Ariel. Ares back, sorry. And you know, it's like,
For a certain definition of back.
In
well,
the
you know, back as
typical-
much as she can be, right?
In the
So let
typical
it-
Gundam
everything is
fashion,
pain.
left arm's gone, head's completely damaged.
It's a
She's
flesh
got one
wound.
eye. She doesn't have flesh to wound.
So
You can't feel pain.
We need to test this.
We need to test this. Hit Air with a baseball bat.
yeah.
Well, I am a living AI. You can do that with me.
So this is kind of
So I can.
the part where we get this the new permit score. And it goes above and beyond.
I love that scene so
What needs
much.
to go further beyond.
Yeah, further beyond. We've ascended.
Behold the
Super
power of
23,
Pride Month.
You know.
Gay
yeah.
power.
Yeah. So we got that going. I like how the color of the permit score looks, and I like how the bits fit on the Caliburn. I thought it would look really,
Right.
really, really cool.
I do
Well, I
actually
think
like the
that-
design more than the Ariel. I will be honest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
like- I like this
Caliburn
one.
is definitely cooler looking than the Ariel, but it also like kind of confirms that if the gun bits from Ariel fit on the Caliburn, were they developed in tandem with each other?
Yes.
It
Yeah.
might have been another
Probably.
prototype.
Might
So.
have.
It's also, I want to point out one thing. The gun bits actually changed forms, specifically the back ones, when
Yeah.
they like touched the Ariel. So it's probably more like they both had the capability to carry them, and then it was
Also-
just like, okay, we just fit now. It's
Also, like,
fine.
I mean, my
They're
money's
thinking,
on.
like,
It'll change though.
My money's on. They were developed for the Calibarn, and then Prospera rejiggered the Lifrith to work with them.
That works.
Maybe.
We have the
I mean,
stupid
it
unicorn
kinda harkens-
particles.
Will
It kind of calls
It's
back
Axis
to,
Flash, and you can't tell me anything different.
do you guys think that the Caliburn high grade will sell more kits than the Ariel?
Probably
I hope
not.
so. I like it. Hell no.
Maybe.
I wanna
I
see
hope
this.
I do,
so.
100%.
I like
Not
this.
pre-ordering
I
it,
like this
but I
design where they mix just a tiny bit of Ariel because Ariel is in that overall good design to me, with the Caliburn, which has at least a better design but a lot less color.
If they drop this Caliburn form as like an RG or an MG, I'd have it straight away. But
Let's be honest, they are going to sell this version.
It's gonna be-
Anytime there's something on screen, they're going to sell it.
I mean,
They are-
I
yeah.
mean, the rainbow parts are already in the
It's gonna be
normal high grade
P-Bandai.
kit.
Yes.
No, the
Yeah.
rainbow
Yeah.
parts
It's
are
gonna
in the
be
normal
P-Bandai.
high grade kit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. I
Like,
just want a real
I'm kinda-
grade of this.
Yeah.
I would be totally down for that with all the bits extra. Would make a really nice display kit. Like I can see the display value already.
Is
Yeah.
there?
But the HG is still a good kit. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. The HG is coming out in August. Does anyone not like the design?
Actually, the HQ is coming out on the 15th.
Oh.
No, for the Caliburn, it's in August.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've heard it's
I watched
15th.
they did a promotional
July
video
15th?
for it.
They
It said-
like I
did?
s-
Yeah.
like I said before, it's just a better version
But
of
it's Japan's
using
release
bits of the
2010,
Ariel
July
with the
15th.
Caliburn.
You know.
It's the Japan release July 15th.
Did they show the kit off?
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
They
There's
did
a
like
bunch
those
of
like
pictures.
3D imaging videos they do when they do PVs.
Yeah.
Okay.
again, still so surprised
Here,
it's including
I-
the shield.
I'll link it in the
Also,
Yeah, link it
there's
to me.
already
I want
The-
to show it
the-
off.
the what was it, Mecha Spirits or whatever they have on P Bandai. The Caliban version of that is already out for 580 Japanese dollars. Like
What?
basically $580.
Oh, 580
on P
yen?
Bandai. I don't know. No, it's not yen. It was like dollars on the
What?
P Bandai site for Japan.
Oh.
Like I think it was like Robot Spirits Caliban. For
Interesting. Did it come
a
with like
really-
all the bits and stuff, or is it like?
I think so. I'm looking it up right now, but like I looked at the price, I was like, I'm waiting for the high grade. I'm good.
Yeah, send me a link and I'll show it up. But let's continue on. So we got the rainbow force field. We got the bits.
Axis shock.
Erie's back. Everything
I
is.
send you the link.
Yeah, I'll post it in a bit. Everything's fine. Area's good. I like the shot. Again, just another good picture of the Caliburn. It almost looks like the Caliburn has claws a little bit, eh? Did you guys notice
Yeah,
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how it has
they're
like
like
fingernails.
yeah.
Fingernails,
Not
claws,
as not
yeah.
nearly as like clawish as like the Barbados,
Yeah.
but kind of.
You could take out someone's eye with
My
that.
brain is honestly registering the Caliburn in this form as like a Gundamized Torgis Mark III. And I know it's not like identical, but it's just the colors and the body shaping. I don't know. It's like they took the Torgis Mark III,
Yeah.
aerialized it, then made sure it had a nice crown, and I dig that a lot.
Yeah. So Mjorne is like, what? You gonna shoot me?
Do it, coward.
Do it.
I'm the
And,
goddamn Batman.
Do it. The fan base will fucking eviscerate you.
This would have changed the whole series right here and then.
Yeah, plotter. See the book.
I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping for tomato paste. I'm not gonna lie.
It would have made things more interesting.
You're
Don't
not
be surprised.
alone.
Aya craves blood. Who would have guessed?
Yeah. Who?
I just wanted to see something different. That was the same.
Lamau.
I mean, it would have been more interesting. I will not lie.
You've
Could have
got
been
the
like,
John
do it,
Wickman.
coward. Okay, pop. Well, damn.
But
Pikachu
then that would
face.
have also just made the
Shark.
ending
Yeah.
even more asinine.
So what happens is Mjorne goes over the comms and it's like, all right, we sold all our shit and everything has been liquidated and it's going to the Earthian corporations.
She's pulling a
Gundam
Sanct
Diva.
Kingdom, more or less.
Yeah,
This is.
yeah.
Ugh.
It's
This is
basically
just-
what it is.
I
But
don't have a problem with this.
This feels really rushed, though.
I think
Yeah, no, we
I don't
could have
think
used an episode.
We could-
So I'm going to say it does not feel rushed because this has already been hinted at with the whole thing like you need to let Grassley go. This is just the more violent version of that. However, I will say sure another episode would have been good, but this is also a great setup for either another Witch from Mercury like Soleta Mjorne and Co season or like a different show with them, or down the line a whole different set of characters set in the same universe when things start to become a problem again, because they do mention that.
I will
They're
say,
gonna see
Lucas, you
Destiny
are
us
really
again.
fighting for some of this, but I will disagree and say that one or two hints of this is not nearly up. Oh yeah, we're dissolving everything and merging with the Earth Corporation. I'm like, that's a huge fucking shift. You're not just jumping the shark. You're
so yeah,
I will
fucking-
agree with
I
you.
mean-
However, it was already mentioned that should Quiet Zero be destroyed, Grassley was not Grassley. Pale was just going to take everything
Yes.
that the group
that is
owned.
true.
So apart from dissolving everything or just destroying Pale, which would have meant thousands of deaths, there really wasn't another option.
So Earth corporations is pretty much getting everything, and that means the Space League really has no justification of firing a laser. And then the
besides the fact that
then the
they're
guy
just-
in charge like, well, hold my beer. And
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna do it
didn't build a
anyway.
I didn't build a space laser not to assassinate people.
yeah.
Right?
So like in every other Gundam series, we gotta fire that laser again, or at least try to.
yes, we have to try to fire the laser again. It's always the giant laser at the very end. We have to try and fire it again.
So
If it didn't work,
fire my laser.
Dear
what
God,
happens
that's
is
so
they
old.
form an occult witching circle with the other Gundams that
Why did they bring the ferret?
Soleta and
I don't
Area are
know.
controlling.
What was the fact there?
I didn't even know it was there. I
They-
forgot it was
Yeah,
there.
it was
Yeah.
there with the
It got the
with the
Schwar-
crew when they went.
Yeah, I got the Schwarzette, the Ferrict, we have the Aerial, and the
Oh, they're
Caliburn.
just controlling it with their minds, I guess.
I think it's just Soleta and Erie, right, that are doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Soleta
guess.
and Eri,
It was
but you know what?
Soleta and Eri using Quiet Zero as a medium.
Yeah, I'm fine with this because, like, we've seen what Area alone could do. We've seen that Permit is fucking ridiculous. This is totally acceptable to me.
This is
Yeah, this is
fucking
like a whole
ridiculous.
different, and they're pushing it way beyond
This
what
is
like.
this is
Yeah,
the
I
point
didn't
where
like
I
this.
thought like this is getting into like magical.
This is getting
Yeah.
unicorn
What's the-
vibes,
Oh,
where we
it's
got
the
that
same-
giant.
I was about to say the same thing. It's,
was
it's the
definitely
same as,
getting-
it's the same as Unicorn.
It's
I
getting
was
the
definitely
stupid
getting
unicorn
Flash,
vibes
I
where we
remember
got
the
the
end of
giant.
Zeta. I remember the
Wow.
Quantum Burst.
Wow.
We're getting the stupid bit where we have that giant ring that lets us see through time.
I think it's
I
meant
mean-
to invoke
Not that
I
far.
think it's meant to invoke a witch's coven.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
I
very
know,
that's
but you
what
could
it's
have
supposed
done
to
it
be,
in
yeah.
so many better ways than.
I think it also just
This.
reminds, like, what it reminded me of was like the scene where Char and Amuro just disappeared
No.
for like seemingly no reason.
It's
And,
not
like-
the actual
I know.
Oh, you
I'm
mean
sorry, but
how what was
Don't
it?
compare that to
Talk
the
about,
actual
he's talking
scene.
about
Access incident?
counterattack.
Yeah.
He's talking
Yeah, I'm
about
talking
the
about Char's
counterattack.
counterattack, where they're like, okay, we're fighting one another, and now we're gone.
Look,
We
guys,
disappeared. Bye.
it's
No, I
it-
gotta completely disagree.
Look,
that's a
it's-
hard
guys,
no. It's
it fits in the sense where it's a play on the title, like witches and all that. You know, you got your little witches coven doing like that spell. This is more, in my opinion, more magical in the sense than technological, because this is just beyond that point where like it's floating into space and just covering everything. But I understand it, and to me, for the show and the vibe of the show, it makes sense. But it turns off the giant laser cannon. Okay, that's all you need to know.
It's all I say
And
is
also,
come on,
just so
man.
you know that
no.
Like if
kind of
it
combining.
like I will say if it did the new type thing of reaching out to people via their minds, like in Char's counterattack, which is, but it's not this. This is
No,
like getting
it's
people to
reaching out-
stop doing this, like turn off the
reaching out
cannon.
through electronics through permit.
Yeah,
all the
so it's
electronics are run
dumber.
through permit. I mean, I think it makes enough sense that it works in the show. I can understand that it's a little bit outlandish.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, Gundam has always been outlandish. So
Yeah.
it's
It
like,
really
whatever.
Yes, but these are unicorn
True.
levels of outlandish.
No,
And that's
they're not.
okay.
You take that
Not
back.
really.
Well,
I will
I'm
not
not
take
gonna
it.
say
Unicorn
it's
took it
more
back.
and
Use
I can say
violence.
that
Well,
unicorns are more real.
we're at the point where, well, if you see dead people, we're all seeing the dead people.
Oh,
we
great!
See, we see
We're doing
Sophie
this.
and Noria. Well, at least Elan 5 sees them, I believe.
Yeah, no, he sees
Yeah,
he
just
sees
Elon.
that girl he liked and that bitch who bounced a horror off his head.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you thought that was all, well, you're wrong, because
Nah, there's
we
so much
see Prospera and her husband. Was it Tadim?
Dude, I fucking ugly cried when
Yeah.
you showed it. I was like, no,
I
don't
got
do this. to
I got
me.
messed up here too.
Tadim
Yeah, that was bad.
is present.
Nadim. Yeah. Which is funny because all the characters we see have either a very strong connection to Permit as a whole or died because of
Yeah.
a mobile suit.
Yeah, no, like the only people who we're seeing coming back here are those who were affected by the curse of Gundam.
Yeah, but wait, there's more.
And only to the relevant persons.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
doc has come back. You made us all
Mass
so proud.
hallucination.
You made us all
Yeah.
proud. However, Elnora,
Yeah,
the fuck.
However,
Oh, fuck.
hell.
we got.
That should be like a
you got-
bonus scene. It's
all
like,
those times.
by the way, what the hell was that Elnora shit?
What do you mean?
I just want to go to the part where
That's her
where
name.
I just
Yeah,
want her
that's her
husband
name.
tell her, "Oh, I won't judge you. I'll leave that up to God."
Um,
Her name is Elnora. Prospero was her cover name.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
we
got
have,
really into Shakespeare.
we have these two that were assassinated in the prologue episode.
I forgot
Well,
about those two.
one of them was
Yeah.
piloting.
I think
Yeah,
everyone
one of the
did.
Yeah, one of them
Yeah,
was
one of them was
piloting.
in the Lefrith prototype. Yeah,
And the other one got shot.
just right in the head.
Straight through the head.
Soletta's talking to her mom, and she's saying how proud of, like how
I got scared when this happened.
I was kind of weird.
I was
don't
worried. I
know,
was like, is Soletta gonna be
confused
dead?
with this?
I was like,
No.
because like everyone else here was dead. Is Soletta?
Yeah,
Why is Soletta here?
Yeah, exactly.
It's her like.
Oh, that's not Soletta. That's bit number 3.
I was a little confused about this, but why she's proud, but all right.
Yeah, her
Let's
mother
just see
tried to kill
Prospero.
hundreds of people. I'm so proud of you, Mom, for coming back from trying not to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm not
It's
gonna lie. I'm very disappointed just how rushed they tried to make forgiving Prospera.
Yeah.
She is a horrible person that literally killed children and clones of her children.
Yeah,
proud of
she's
you, Mom.
a horrible person. The last episode never indicated there was any actual attachment to Soletta.
Okay, but I think the thing is like Soletta through it all still like no matter like how quote unquote badly Prospera treated her, part of it is that Soletta didn't really see that happen because mom was always nice to her. And then on the other hand, Soletta probably has some understanding why she did it. And as somebody who's like used to absolutely hate their parents, and now I'm like, you know what, you guys weren't that bad and everything is fine. Like it's okay what happened.
Do your parents murder people?
No.
Oh.
But if they did, I would
Not as
probably
far as I'm
I would
aware.
probably forgive them.
As someone
Yeah,
that
no, like-
does
This
hate
can
his
be-
parents still, I
think-
think Locust is completely insane.
Look, this can be summed up with 2 words: Stockholm syndrome. Okay, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
throwing it
much.
back to.
I this is the
eternal
only way to
optimist
really
syndrome.
explain this. Is
I
that
mean,
she either does not understand what's fully going on, or doesn't realize how many people her mother killed.
I think it's
But
more
we
the
do
latter,
have
but,
Eerie.
eh.
She's like, I want to stay with Soletta from now on, and I'm like, oh look, finally, like Eerie's like gonna break away from her mom, and it's like I'm gonna do the right thing, but no, we got and with you, mom too. I'm like, okay, so what is going
What
on?
does that
My
fucking
brain just kind of
mean?
went, what?
Is she like gonna fucking like have her spirit be in both of them? What the fuck is going on?
I don't
Okay,
know.
so
Tell us,
I
Locust.
think the way to explain this is that the whole reason why Prospera did any of it was to be with Eri and by extension with Soletta, probably less, but whatever, right? So the whole thing being over, despite what their mother did, Eri and Soletta still see the fact that she kind of did it all to build to attempt to give Eri somewhere to live in the most fucked up, brutal way she could have done it.
Yep.
But at the same time, Prospera could have just straight up built a space laser with the resources she put into Quiet Zero and just blow everything up and be like, okay, I'm just gonna go kill everybody because fuck everything. And instead she was like,
True, she
okay.
could've gone that way of Char.
And that's like the thing. It's like it feels kind of awkward, but then at the same time, out of a child's perspective, it's still like, okay, my parent might have done some fucked up stuff, and she should probably be punished for it. But then at the same time, she did it all for me instead of being like, okay, let's just kill everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, admittedly, I'm going to bring my kid back and I'm going to hold the entire world hostage is not a great look.
I will say, Lotus, you have been playing devil's advocate, but every time you have to over-explain things, kind of makes me like it decreases the ranking I'm giving this, because if it has to be over-explained to me, then I feel like
Yeah,
Let me put it simply.
Go
The
ahead
ending
Go ahead,
of the
V.
episode
Go ahead, V.
itself.
What are you saying, V?
Sorry.
No, let my partner in crime go ahead first. Go on, guys.
Wait, who's that?
Yeah,
I thought it was Kai. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
Kai.
Okay.
Sorry. Putting it simply, the ending of this episode felt rushed. The events don't, but the ending does. Prospera's redemption feels
unearned,
contrived.
Well,
it feels unearned.
Before we get there, V, what else, did you have something to say before we move on?
Yeah, it's based on the principle, and it's pretty much going back to like when I was a youngster and being raised and everything. I think it was a big thing in Japan in the 90s as well, where elders were seen as like the business and everything, but a lot of kids started to resent their parents. And it happened over in here, it happened in the States, I'm sure as well, where some kids just hate the parents just for being the parents. So I kind of like how the show's gone in the direction that even though the parent is not perfect by any means of any, military grade war criminal court.
Yeah.
The point is that you still only have one parent or set of parents. So doesn't matter what they do, you can say you hate them, you can despise what they've done, maybe they've not raised you right, but you've only got one set of parents, or in some people's cases, one parent. Always hold a little bit of love for that one parent. And that's what I got from this side of the show. And I
Fair enough.
actually adore it because it's simple, but a lot of people miss it because they don't realize you do this in real life all the time. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if your parents have beat you with a belt. Doesn't matter if they've taken your car away, if they've grounded you for a messy room. You're still gonna love your parent, and your parent's gonna love you.
Good point.
And that's what I enjoyed from this part of the show.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
Mm,
My
Sorry
issue
to
is
be so
that it
sentimental,
doesn't
and I know some of
feel.
us here are bad parents, but you should know there's always going to be a little bit of love in a box for you, and just to hold on to that as an idea. Anyway,
I
let's
could
carry
go
on.
Maybe,
into
but
a
it-
really dark part of
I
my history,
know.
Don't go
but I
dark.
won't.
Let's go with the love. Let's go with the love.
With the love.
No,
Big lore dump,
Go
everyone.
on.
that's
I,
too
yeah,
So
I could make dark jokes about myself all day, but we'll
Don't
stop.
worry,
After
man. We
that-
still love you.
after that stuff, the permit is breaking apart at a particle level. Things just start disintegrating.
Man, it's sure a good thing they
You
got the
activated
fuck
the
off
GN
Quiet
drive.
Zero.
Fuck, Transam time.
We can see the
Oh no,
can
we're
see the-
unicorning.
we can see the Schwarette. It is disintegrating. We can also see that the ferric is also integrating. And
I think.
Oh
actually,
no,
go
someone
to the end of the
activated the.
sequence.
we also see
someone that-
the aerial disintegrating. Now, I don't know if anyone is excited as Hiro Yue watching this, because this is, self-destruct at its finest,
I think this
I've
is
seen-
really cool because it's like they're more or less, from what I understood from the entire show, pushing the permit way beyond what it should technically be able to do. So the fact that that would just destroy it makes sense to me.
I feel like a bigger explosion would make more sense than literally disintegrating. But
No, I don't like disintegrating. Yeah, because it's like it's
I
so far. It's just it on an atomic level.
I don't
It's
feel
just
so good,
breaking
Mr. Stark.
all I can-
That's what I thought of.
I'm like,
I see what
if
you
they
did
were
there.
if they were like pushing their reactors or something like that, I could kind of buy the whole I'm literally disintegrating. But this is permit
Yeah, it's
source
like
stuff,
pushing
which
the
I
is,
mean,
permit.
We have no idea what permit even is.
which is
Yeah,
why
it's
it makes
a
it
lot
even
on
It's
more
the metal.
confusing what's going on.
It's the mineral they
If you
mined.
think of this as a nuclear fusion sort of situation, nuclear bomb, you get big explosion. Nuclear fusion in a reactor is just energy to the point it dissipates. So
Yeah.
Oh,
I
so
actually
you're
like how
trying to
much
say that these are
sense it makes.
you're saying this is like the photon torpedoes that the G self-release.
I mean, it kind of could be like that, but my point is that I see this more as a nuclear reactor shutting down more than an atomic bomb going off. That's how I see it on a mechanical view.
So, like burning Godzilla disintegrating at the end of
Yeah, and I'm
Godzilla
not
gets
going to sit
destroyed.
here and give you nuclear physics lessons. You can all go back to school.
So if
It's
anyone
it's
taken,
magic space metal. That's all we know.
I don't know, in
Yeah,
chemistry
space metal.
class back in the day, we had this thing where a teacher brought different metals and they burned it, and copper would turn green and all that stuff.
And that
Mhm.
teacher became Walter White.
And by some of that, and by some of the metals where it burned, it literally disintegrated. So this is
Yeah.
kind of like what I tune is happening with the permit material. Is
I
the
guess.
same thing. It's burning bright, but it's disintegrating.
But wouldn't it burn from the center though?
No, it burns the tip.
No,
And then
burns
goes
from the
back.
tip. I also think this is kind of foreshadowing what happens after this. A really neat way to get rid of all the super OP mega Gundams.
You mean only the aerial?
No, Ariel's gone.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I
Oh,
mean,
no,
like
it-
all the other ones are also compared to like normal.
Other
the
than
normal
maybe
suits.
the other Gundams that are out there.
I mean, I interpreted it significantly differently because with this, every mobile weapon that uses the gun format is gone. All that's left of
Yeah.
the gun format is the medical prosthetics, as originally
exactly.
as they were originally made for.
Yes.
So
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. It's like
I
we're getting rid
mean,
of all this stuff.
Gundam is anti-war, so that's probably what happened with all this magic BS stuff.
Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day,
Soletta's
it's supposed to
floating
be
in space,
anti-war.
by the way.
Yep. Was crying.
And,
I love this. I love this parallel. It's so good.
Loading in.
It's kind of like the first episode, right, that we saw? Like a parallel?
Yeah, it's exactly like the first
Yeah.
episode, actually.
So, I don't know about you guys, but I thought she was dead
Mm-hmm.
when Mio
Mhm.
started crying because she couldn't wake her up. And then I
It
know
was a
like
fake out. I
half of
called
you
it from
started
the beginning.
crying when Soletta actually woke up.
No, I was already crying. It was already going.
You can't start if you already were.
I've seen enough of
No,
this to
why
be
did
like,
she
oh,
have to
yeah,
wake
I
up?
know.
You guys practice.
Just stay asleep like Camille did
why
in
did you
Gundam
have
Double
to
Zeta.
wake up? Why?
To make you suffer.
Oh my god.
Just
We're
stay
not
asleep
suffering
like,
alone, are you?
Oh, dear.
just stay in a coma
This
like
entire
Camille.
show is the epitome of I came to laugh at you.
Yeah. Yeah, so like
I knew she wasn't gonna be
I
dead
came
after
to
this,
laugh
but
at yeah. So
No. Had they killed off Ghoul last episode, I might have bought it, but they didn't.
Yeah, like if Ghoul
Yeah.
Yeah,
died,
like,
I would have been like, okay, so
Petra
let us go to
if
survived.
die
either
too.
Ghoul or his brother died, I maybe would have bought them.
What I really enjoyed about this part of the episode is that they did it quietly. There was
Yeah,
no
I
bullshit going
love
in the
the shots. I
background. They
love
did
the
no
No.
music to back it up. It's just the vacuum of space.
Yeah.
Which
I
is,
really
I will
did.
admit, I will admit that's nice when we have good ambiance.
Yes. It
I
was really
thought that
good.
was good. Like this anime definitely has like good cinematography.
Probably the
it's so
best I've
good.
seen in a long
Yeah.
since Unicorn.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Loved the bookend of Mio reaching out to Soletta in the same way that Ariel reached out to her.
Yeah, and then the butting heads in the exact same way. It's perfect.
Before we get to the
Perfect is a strong
before
word.
we get to the 3 years later, did you guys like that episode? Before we get to 3 years later.
I feel like we could have used one more to better set up some of what happened, to just let it to give it time to breathe. That feels they tried to end so much here.
JD? Mid?
Mid for me.
Icy?
I loved it.
Moku?
I'm gonna also agree that it was a little rushed, and we could have used 1 or 2 more episodes to smooth this out. But it was still good.
Yeah.
I still enjoy the series. I just feel like it could have been better had it been 25 episodes.
Fluff?
I've seen far better, but I've seen a handful worse. So I'm gonna agree with the meh. It's not too bad. It's not great, but yeah, it'll do.
Right,
It's literally the Midland responsive. That'll do.
Kai?
All right.
Locus?
As endings go, it's all right.
While I would have loved another 25 episodes, I still loved it. So
You'll love anything that comes out of this. We know, Locus. You will literally kiss the feet of the director.
Yeah, go on, Locust, kiss them pinkies.
So we get to 3 years later, and it looks like Nika
Holy
is
shit,
coming
I'm
out
40, what
of
happened?
a correctional facility, aka jail.
Jail.
Yep.
It's just
Locus
jail.
read
I mean,
Fancy
Can I just
jail
say I
for
like
fancy
this haircut
people.
on her better than before?
Agreed.
Okay, so it's probably a bit
disagree.
crass, but the first joke I made was just Nika saying, "So figured out I'm a lesbian."
I thought
What?
I thought she's like a lesbian. I with a haircut, I was like, yeah, oh, she's lesbian. But we got the remaining Earth crew, not backing down from friendship, and they're waiting to pick her up.
Power of friendship.
The power of friendship. That's what this Gundam show is about, right? It's not about, really
At least they didn't break down
Prospera.
into
It's
song.
about the friends we made
Yeah,
along
they're
the
all
way.
going to turn into multicolored ponies with cutie marks, aren't they? Yeah, that's what I
fucking
see
hell.
happening. God damn it.
Honestly,
I mean, this
it does make
is
sense.
stupid.
Yeah, that's
I
not
mean, the ending was stupid friendship is magic bullshit.
We see
fuck you.
that Choo Choo is
Nah.
I don't know what Choo Choo is doing. It's like she's like a repair mechanic or something.
doc?
And
Well,
She's
I
a
think
repair
she-
tech on the station.
yes, a repair
Yeah, it looks
tech,
like
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, and by all
Her name
appearances,
is
she
now
has it written.
Ripley, and this is the beginning of Alien.
I mean, it looks like
She has it written in her contract that she gets to say 5 slurs a day.
Yeah. I mean now she
Wait,
says
you mean 5 curse words or 5
spacey and-
slurs?
She says spacey and geek
Yes.
instead of whatever the equivalent of the racist term was.
I mean, she's still calling him a turd, which is basically what she was saying from the start.
She hasn't changed.
I mean,
She has not
Choo-choo.
changed at all.
I mean,
Yeah,
She's
she's
just
working,
found
but
someone she can bully.
Okay, but more importantly, are we now shipping these two?
Who?
Yeah.
Nah.
They're shipped.
No.
They're shipped.
No.
We are not shipping them.
No.
They're shipped.
No.
We're not doing
It's
that.
No.
done.
No
Um,
shipping allowed here.
Elan is holding Noria's book of all the places that she drew that were quite beautiful, and
Also,
he's looking for
Oh.
those
if I could just
places.
point
Notice he has
something
a
out
different
too with
haircut.
that.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
let's say I think his previous body had that color hair, and I think he's trying to revert more back to what he used to look like.
It does
Yeah.
look like his hair's
Ah.
starting to turn green.
Yeah, he's got that greenish hair. It's a different style. He looks different.
This
He's also
the
dressed
show
kind
isn't
of-
cheap, so I don't feel like they would make that kind of mistake. So,
He's also dressed kind of similar to End of Double O. Oh, Hallelujah.
A little
I
bit.
don't know who that
I can see that.
Hmm.
Mhm.
yeah.
I do
Okay,
like
yeah,
it
I could
was-
see that.
I like the way they kind of did this in the sense like he's got her book and he's trying to find all the places that she drew to explore how beautiful Earth can be, and
And he just comes. He's like, "This is not a lake. Fuck this. I'm out. Peace."
it's like I wish he put down the locations. So I thought it was kind of I thought it was interesting. I was like a nice.
Oh,
I can't read this
Give him-
fucking. I can't read this fucking map. Where the hell am I?
I need to collect all the memories.
Yeah.
Oh dear God, no!
Then we have Shadiq and Miorne.
Why is he even here?
So his trial is about to begin.
And my roommate's pointing a prop gun at me because we were supposed to leave 10 minutes ago.
All right.
Oh,
We'll get to.
Oh.
Can we get to the last point? I'll just skip to the very end. Is that okay? You have 5 more minutes.
Sure,
Why has he got a
sure.
man
5 more
bun?
minutes.
All right.
What?
5 more minutes. We get Soletta. I don't know why there's 2 little children here. We get Prosper's mom's in a wheelchair, and Miorne is
Lieutenant
also there as
Dan.
well.
I do
Along
wonder
with
who those kids are.
they're adopted.
Probably
They're probably
orphans.
just random kids.
They're adopted. Also, we have Eerie is alive, and she's in one of the keychains.
Hot and cold. Yeah. The
Also,
keychains.
she
yeah.
probably hears every time Soletta and Mio bone.
Oh my
Yes.
God!
What the hell? Oh my
L-
god!
Listen,
Can
you've
we
been
not?
always on
Hey,
microphone
we
in the
have it
back
by
of your
now.
neck. What the hell do
Can
you
we
think
not
happened?
go one episode without that? Jesus, children are like watching this. Anyways,
Are they? They
Ah,
shouldn't
Nice
be.
wholesome moment.
I hope not.
okay, Medic. Since you have to leave in 5 minutes, give us your final thoughts on the episode.
8 out of 10. It had a good sense of finality. I like that Soletta sort of Mika lighted herself.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like they could have done with it one more episode, especially since we all agree episode 9 shouldn't have happened.
What would have you liked to see, and if they've given you one more episode, what would have you liked to see?
Do the same thing, but spread it out more. Give us time. Start building towards Prosper actually realizing, oh shit, I might care about that kid. Like,
Okay.
and also more time to expand the epilogue a bit too.
Okay.
Just expand everything. But okay, I gotta go. This was fun.
All right.
Love you all. See you next week.
Thanks, Medic.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. So
Thanks.
just to kind of rewind a little bit. That was just for Medic. Shadiq's is going to trial. I was gonna ask you guys, what was the trade? I can't remember that they made. Like
The trade
It's
was.
very
I don't
similar.
remember.
Was
Have a
the
man
it was
bun.
it was Grassley takes the fall for everything as long as Miorne gives up.
that's
no.
right.
The Gundam stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, it's Shadiq and all of Grassley is taking the fall for
Okay.
what happened
actually-
with Quiet Zero and the massacre on Earth.
Okay.
I'm actually
Okay.
assuming it's something different because it seems like the trade they ended up making is like you take the blame, but I make sure that all your little harem and all those people don't have to suffer for basically being your accomplices and doing it.
Along
And
with Earth
it
getting
seems like-
everything.
Yeah, and it seems exactly. It's like we give everything to Earth, and you take the blame, and we make sure that the people you love aren't indicted in this process. And it seems like Shadiq didn't just take the blame for the things they discussed; he just took all the blame.
Yeah,
he
he
was
took
like,
all of it.
"This is all my fault. I know I'm either going to be in prison forever or dead, but I know I fucked up."
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. I just caught that on. Yeah. Okay. perfect.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Makes sense to me. Good trade for her. Not so much him. And just like I mentioned before, Erie now lives in one of these keychains.
Yeah.
So I think the red one is now going to be the most popular, or can you buy them in a pair only?
You have
No,
to
you
buy
buy them you buy them separately.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
But honestly, most people are probably gonna buy them both because it's like a couple thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
They're
They're
gonna
gonna
buy
calm
them
down.
both, and someone's gonna install LEDs.
Calm down, Lucas. Calm down.
Yeah. So they're
They're going to be there. They're going to still be on the shelves.
Petra is alive and well with her gun arm ink stuff.
and 2 prosthetic legs. I thought it was only 1, but I'm noticing it's 2.
No, she's
Yeah, I did. I thought it was 1, but it's 2.
You lost a leg and a foot.
And yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like. She's
Yeah,
lost like
it's,
her lower
uh,
leg.
I'm
yeah,
just
the
happy
left,
she's alive.
her left leg is it's pretty much from like hip down. The other one looks like it's from knee down.
Yes. Lana looks a lot more mature. Like he kind of looks like well,
like
he
he
had
grew
black
up?
hair.
Like he looks like he
better.
aged like 7 years instead of
it's that,
3.
It's that 14 to 17 bump anime does.
Like he had that real growth spurt, like the freaking one in high school that you get. Like, dear God.
Yeah.
It looks.
I mean, piloting a Gundam will do that to a guy.
That's
Nope.
true.
I thought those just grow you mentally, not physically.
Yep. Well, is still in charge of Jaturk, and he's just trying to get everything
Still don't love
going.
that hair.
And we see the OG Elon. Basically,
Now,
he is part
now
of the
I'm
company.
trying to keep track of which Elon is which. This is the Elon.
Elon
Yeah,
Zero.
The
Elon
OG.
Elon, yeah.
Yeah, he left
The original
Peel.
Elon.
Yeah, that's the one thing I forgot to mention is that
Oh, yeah.
did quit the Peel company.
That was
Yeah,
one of the
so
best
they were
I
going
quit
down.
scenes I have ever seen.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, someone read the message where it's what it literally did. It said, "Thank you for everything. I'm sick of all of you. Screw off. I'm leaving."
Yeah,
I quit.
Love it.
amazing.
It
It's
literally
also-
drops the "fu I quit" and
Yeah.
just walks out.
Yeah,
It's also really funny because from what I understood how Pale works, while the 4 ladies kind of own the place, they don't actually get to pick who's in charge. And he got picked by their weird AI to be in charge. And he was like, you know what? You guys got crazy. I take all the money you guys gave me and I'm leaving to do my own thing.
I
don't
mean,
need you. Fuck you."
he's probably that's probably the fucking smartest decision anyone in this series has made.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah,
Basically,
fuck all of this. I'm out.
And the faces they made when he left had me
They were
balling.
so mad.
I loved it. That is the catharsis I needed from this ending.
I honestly, I love this Elon now.
It was so
redeemed
worth.
himself in our eyes.
Done.
Also, it was funny because in this scene, Ghoul's like, the Jaturk profit margins aren't very good. And then he's like, we just saved your company.
They're
You're
very
lucky that you're
stingy.
getting any profits, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Bruh,
Jaturk.
do you know how many? Do you know how much trouble your company was in anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like you guys were fucked.
Yeah.
You guys were turbo fucked.
And looks like Cecilia is basically his secretary, or his
Camera should have been down a little bit more for the
I'm
leggings.
gonna go onto Twitter and see how absolutely crazy people are about seeing her in a suit.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
I'm not. We see that there's a
But I'll
public.
be honest, it's doing something for me.
There's a public hearing into the former Benneret management is to resume this year, and we can only hope they all get executed, but we'll never see it.
Delling probably not because he
Yeah.
seems to be like
Again.
Delling
Oh,
probably
I have
not,
a feeling
trying to
I have a
hold in a
feeling
match.
Delling is it. I have a feeling Delling walks away from that.
And everyone else
Yeah, he
just
just
gets
walks out.
executed.
Yeah, everyone else
Well,
takes.
Yeah,
Everyone else goes to the space gulag.
Everyone's
Well,
gonna be
Grassley's
fine.
about to
Space
go
gulag.
anyway.
Also,
Fight for your freedom.
I forgot to mention too with Elan, if we can go back for a second, Elan also refunded the school, and the school is back and functional.
Yeah.
You guys, yeah. So I forgot to mention that there was a scene. Also, we were talking about the 4 ladies. Here they are. and they have their own look.
What the fuck?
They're having tea. Isn't that adorable?
Yo,
They're a bunch of Karens.
I didn't know we were watching
Yeah.
Golden Girls suddenly, Aya, but okay.
No!
They look
Oh,
so
I
cool.
freaking hate you.
Could you imagine
go.
as a spin-off series? It's these four.
I had to make that
No.
joke when I saw
This
this,
is the
fucking
worst
shit.
spin-off ever.
Honestly, they look like they're wearing wigs because how the
They
fuck
don't-
would
Oh
they?
yeah, especially the one on the far right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Like
Yeah.
that's not hair. That's a
Her
wig.
pom-poms. If Choo-Choo can put her pom-poms into a little thing, then they can do that.
Yeah. All right. So it is at the I didn't clip it, but at the end, after the credits have rolled, it did say that this concludes the Witch from Mercury series. It is officially completed. There will not be a season 3 as far as we know. And usually if the director kind of puts something at the end like that, as an extra, like we're not actually doing it, it's almost safe to assume that there won't be another season. Let's go with Locus. Locus, we'll start with you. Can we just get your thoughts on the series? Tell us what you liked the most, what you liked the least, and yeah.
Okay, so I'm simply going to start by giving it my rating, and then I'm going to kind of explain
Yeah.
why.
Sure.
I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Which was obvious. I think everybody.
Oh
was gonna
yes,
say
that was very
Yeah, we
obvious.
saw
You're
that,
like,
yeah.
you've been seeing this story's praises.
Yeah.
I
And-
love it.
Locus,
And
I
I'm
love
going
it.
to-
I just want to say I love it that you love it so much.
And I'm going to kind of explain why.
Sure.
First of all, it's the mecha design. It's just so good across the board.
Yes.
Apart from one or two designs, I have not a single complaint for most of them.
Yep.
Then it's the cinematography and the writing. The plot is so interwoven. There's so many things going on at the same time. And yeah, I know you're hurting right now, Mecca. You're gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah, I know.
Hold
I
on,
was-
Wolf. We'll
I
get
agree
to you
with some
eventually.
things,
And-
but I don't agree with others.
Wolf, we'll get to
And-
you eventually. Don't worry.
And I like that one thing that I guess here's one thing that it kind of annoys me. It was set to be a full 25 episodes, but supposedly there was a recap episode that I just didn't ever see manifest, so it said we got 24. And I suppose maybe one more episode where things happened could have made things more satisfying for most people, but for me, I liked it. I also liked that it felt less. Here's a massive war setting and everybody dies from the start because we started at a school,
Mhm.
and the stakes felt less than in
Mhm.
like IBO, where
Mhm.
the stakes constantly were like, if we lose a single battle, everybody dies.
Yeah.
Every single character you love, every single character you care about, dead instantly. There's no chance. And it felt like kind of a departure from the typical Gundam that I've seen so far. And I guess the last thing I have to say is I'd be completely okay with watching 25 episodes of the characters just having a slice of life with no Gundam. I'd be fine with that.
But then it wouldn't be Gundam.
I don't care.
Yeah, it'd be slice of life. Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's
Okay.
that's everything. I just love
see.
it.
I see. I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, so before I do the whole series as a whole, I
Yeah.
made a promise like weeks and weeks ago that I was going to do something, and I was wondering if I could do that real quick.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so weeks and weeks ago, remember we had that nice Gule episode that was really good, and I was really annoyed at the fan base at the time, so I
Yeah.
said I was going to knock 3 points off a rating on
Yeah.
the Gule episode, and I
Yes.
promised to do that to a Soleta Mio episode.
Uh-oh.
I'm doing it here. This final episode gets 7 out of 10.
Shit. Oh, damn.
This witch does not lie.
Oh my.
So as far as the series itself goes, I want to give it a 10, but I'm going to give it a 9. I'm going to be really generous. I'm going to give it a 9. But so I love a lot of the same stuff. I love pretty much all the same stuff that Locus loves. The mech designs are hands down the best I've seen. Seed was originally my like king of mech designs for Gundam, but now it's moved on to Witch.
Okay.
It is now the best Gundam designs I've ever seen. I love the story. I agree. So where it loses points for me is I agree. I don't think it needed just one episode. I feel like there's enough in this universe. I wanted a third and fourth season. I wanted
Yes,
50
absolutely.
episodes. And like a lot of times, there's like a comedian who's like super famous for saying leave them wanting more. Like a lot of people see that as a positive to a thing, is that they did leave you wanting more. I see it as a negative because I'm never going to get that more. And that's kind of what bummed me out about the show ending, was that I know I'm not going to get more unless they do some side spin-offs or something, but I'm not getting more from the characters I grew to love watching this show. And that's kind of heartbreaking a little bit to me. I agree though. I'd also watch like a slice of life version, like get like a little side manga that's more slice of lifey or something. I do kind of want. My biggest issue I have, I got really gassed up to hopefully see a wedding scene, and we don't
Everybody was
get that,
hyping for that.
and we just fast forward over
Yeah.
that, and it's like
The
and
wedding
just
scene and
and
the
the only
kids.
mention they're even married is Aries calling her the sister-in-law. I mean, come on. That was a little like you can't give that to us for 23 and a half episodes and then not give us the wedding. That's like 90% of that point I took off, was that not getting that wedding scene.
So like, here's what I've kind of contextualized what probably happened. They only got 25 episodes to start with, so they wrote the plot and we're like, okay, this is everything we're doing for all our 25 episodes. And then halfway through, Banner was like, we would totally give you another 25 episodes, by the way, because this shit is selling like crazy. They were like, we already have like 90% of everything recorded.
Yeah. I think
and then they couldn't change it anymore because they would have had to probably redo the entire second season as well.
If I were like to just kind of like go conspiracy theory about it, I would think that whoever came up with like the whole story and everything pitched it to them. They pitched it and they said, "All right, we'll give you 25." But they pitched like a 50 thing, like an IBO level, 50 episode thing. But they were only given 25, so they had to edit everything, their story down to one 25 episode narrative. And then because maybe they just didn't believe that this was going to be as big as it ended up being.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then they just had to adjust to that.
I think the wedding will probably be some like Gundam Witch special or OVA.
Something.
I need an OVA of it or something. I need it.
Can be
Calm down.
Thank you, IC. Let's go with J Dizzle.
Oh shit.
Here we go again.
Here we go.
Oh, you want my honest opinion?
No, I want your fake opinion. Yeah, I want your honest opinion of the whole series. Give me a score, and then what you like and didn't like.
Between 4 and 5 for me.
Oh, yeah.
The points it gets is the mech designs. I do like how they was a different artists to do each house. So each house actually had its own unique feel to it.
Yeah.
I really like they did that. To me, any future series, if they do stuff like that, it can actually really work in a positive way. The show kind of showed that. The music, I will say, I really did like the music. They're like, I guess the opening songs and closing songs or ending songs didn't really catch me, but like the actual, especially like the combat music in the series was really yes. Some character designs I liked, and some characters in general. But then that's where it goes to the negatives. There's a bunch of characters I didn't like.
Okay.
I wasn't a fan of the pacing. What hooked me up was the prologue really did hook me. In the beginning was like, okay, I understand it's a school setting, to kind of get it, like, I guess, into it. But like, the first season, it was like a lot of duels. And I guess the general Gundam War feeling didn't feel like it was there. And it felt like it was going to start because of how season 1 ended. Thinking like that was going to be the spark to like a full-on war. Then we go to season 2, and that really didn't happen. Or I guess like the second half. And I just kept feeling like the pace was on and off. And then I guess a big thing for me was I never felt like any of the main characters were in danger. Never felt like it.
Okay.
Never felt like there was a peril. Like I was like, oh no, Soleil's in danger. It was just like, okay, just go wait for her to do something new to get herself out of the situation. Unlock a new power, as the Joker around called it.
Okay.
I didn't worry about Guel or Bob, as I call him, just because of since he wasn't the main character, he could be off, especially when he got kidnapped and everything. It was like, oh, and something going to happen to him.
You just
And
upset a lot of people by saying that Bob's not a main character.
Yeah,
I don't give a damn. Is that my problem?
I heard half of Twitter up and up.
And then to me, it was
Open
like
the
he has such,
floodgates.
and then to me, he has such a better character development. I don't care if people like get mad or not. I felt like he had such a better character development because he started off as a fucking hot shot, basically like jockey, lost everything, got kidnapped, was going to be used as a bribe, was overcoming PTSD besides killing his father. And you could just see just a constant character growth for him.
Okay.
And then other characters, you didn't really feel it, especially with consider the main cast. I will say another one is I guess for me, I didn't like the whole at that point. It was, you could say, it was like magical how it ended, like towards the very end, especially the last episode.
Okay.
The whole she controlled the Gundams, and then they all started disintegrating with the giant, you could say, like Covenant thing. That just threw me off big time. I guess it was just, for me, they fully feel like a Gundam show.
Okay.
I guess, in my opinion. Trying to think what else. I was, and another thing is, if you look at the hero wise, like actual known main characters, who really died? Like, we know every Gundam show, main characters got offed because, it is a cycle wars, that stuff happens.
Yeah.
But it was another one where you look at it, no one really got offed. Like, memorable, really offed. Some of the villains did, but you could really say a lot of no names did.
Like they were showing
like
for a couple episodes.
like they imposter, like that old dude in the school who's supposed to be a kid. But it was just like not really many known characters were off.
All right, so
it's really interesting because the only like important character that dies is Alan 4, and I was ready for more people to die. That is like, no, it's okay.
Yeah,
Nobody dies.
So JD, would you give it? So you said 4 or maybe a 5?
5 at best, 4 for me.
It's a 4. Okay.
Okay. Before the next person goes, I have to say that the resignation letter from Ellen Saris reads, "Thanks for everything. I'm sick of all of you and everything. Pale. Best wishes, Ellen Saris."
Yeah, that's amazing.
He's just like, fuck you, I'm out.
That's amazing. That's
fuck
really
this
good.
shit, I'm out.
Fuck this thank you, JD. Moku, please.
Oh, sorry. Did you mean me?
Moku. Moku.
Okay. I didn't quite hit. You didn't. My name didn't come through.
The Discord cut it off.
Wasn't.
That was Discord, probably being Discord.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Moku.
Probably.
Yeah. So I have to agree a lot with what JD said, that it's that it didn't that the show felt a little bit all over the place in a few spots, and that it didn't fully like commit to a few bits that I wish it could have. But I'm actually going to be a little bit more fan, give this a solid 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Because the pilot school concept was really, really neat. The idea of the corporate warfare should be more explored, especially in Gundam settings. I'd love to see like this kind of angle in Universal Century, to be absolutely honest. But I did really like the way that the characters all played out eventually. Not anybody was like truly like anyone that I absolutely hated, maybe except for Lauda, but it's only just because that he really didn't like accept very much of like his situation.
Yeah.
Until it was like much later in the show.
Yes.
But I do have to say that this is probably one of the better Gundam shows I have probably seen since 00, I think.
Wow.
Well, high praise.
All right.
That's pretty good, actually. Okay. Thank you, Moku. Thank you. I was gonna say Wolf next, but we'll save him for last because I think he's gonna say a lot.
No. Trust me, I have a lot.
So we're gonna go with Fluffy, then we're gonna go with Kai, and then we'll go with Wolf. So Fluffy, please.
You're probably better for Kai before me.
All right.
I'm gonna pretty.
Okay, Kai. Kai, go ahead.
You
Kai.
saved the 3 who have a lot to say last.
Kai, go ahead.
You kind of shot yourself in the foot with that one. So first off, if this is any less of a Gundam show, then what the hell was G Fighter?
You take that back.
Hey, I am playing. Hey, for the record, I
Hi,
like
I
G
will
Fighter,
come in
and
the
it was-
internet just to punch you.
Hey, I like G Fighter. I like it. I like it a lot. That's all
Everyone
I
loves
gotta
the
say
German
for
ninja.
all that.
Okay.
But I'm gonna ape what most people have been saying. The mecha designs are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
The music design, which no one has said anything, was really good, especially during the action scenes.
I think
Yeah,
JD said
I
he liked
did.
the
I did say
music.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, you
oh,
did.
I must have
The one who
missed
rated
that.
it the lowest is the one who was made sure to point out
You
how good the
made
music is.
Music, I love
I
it.
missed that.
The rest
I
of us were
missed
just
that. How
so
did I miss that?
enamored with
Yeah.
everything else about it, we didn't even think of the music.
Kai,
Oh,
continue.
oh.
How did I miss that? But yeah, like the music is good, the mecha design is good, but what killed me was the pacing, and I kind of have an answer for that. It's what's plaguing a lot of the big streaming anime right now. It's just
Okay.
they're pushing it for they have a set number of episodes to do, so they like hurt themselves trying to one up the next episode, and then take some downtime. Big action, downtime, big action, downtime. And then rushed ending because they need to wrap things up.
Okay.
That's the thing I got from this. So I'm gonna try binging it maybe sometime next week. With the English dub, just so I can compare the two.
Oh, interesting.
Um,
Okay.
Just to see how things properly line up, if they ever do, and if I get the same pacing problem, I'm not gonna change my score from 8 out of 10 because the pacing really hurt it for me, and the ending, not the epilogue per se. I do like parts of the epilogue,
Yeah.
but the ending of the episode proper felt a little
Okay.
off. Like Prospera's whole redemption felt rushed. And my first reaction to seeing her in the epilogue was, what is she doing there?
She's paralyzed.
I meant, why is she there? Because the scene would not have changed if she was not there.
Okay.
Because she literally just sits there and does nothing.
To show that she's still alive and that maybe Soletta or whoever is taking care of her a little bit.
Look, it's the power
eh.
of forgiveness. Okay.
Let her had a
And
stuff.
friendship.
She's literally
Oh,
just
no.
Okay, so we're just Darth Vadering this then. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, we're
Yeah.
even going farther. We're Steven Universing this.
Ooh.
Okay, calm down. Wait. Let Kai finish.
Oh no. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, 8 out of 10 is
I
my
thought you said 7.
I said 8.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, he said
You
8.
said 8. Okay, 8.
Yeah, I said
okay.
8.
Okay.
So yeah, 8 out of 10 because a lot of the things I did like really helped me carry through this. I love all of the designs of the Gundam. I love the Gundams. I loved Ariel. I loved Elfrith. I loved Calibarn is probably my favorite by a country mile.
Yep.
Just because it gives me narrative vibes.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, other than that, the pacing was weird. The character introductions were probably the most rushed thing I've ever seen in anime. Like
Mm-hmm.
the only one that didn't feel quite as rushed was maybe Gwell and the Elans. But even then, Sloetta's felt a little like a bit rushed. And Murane's felt a bit rushed. Like I had to sort of, when it was coming out, I felt like I needed to think to remember their names.
Yeah.
Well, especially Murane's, because it's first of all, it's a weird name, but that weird names are all over in Gundam. So
Mhm.
that's
True.
yeah.
That's nothing new.
Yeah, so it's like I had to think about it a little bit. I had to look it up a couple times before I started like just giving up and calling her by her pet name Neo. It was just like, all right, fine.
Okay.
Want to hear about Bork cry?
All right.
It's was good.
All right. V, Fluffy V, give us the scoop. What's the score?
So you want the score first?
Score first, and then you explain it to me.
We're talking about just the second season, right? Not the first
No,
as
the whole
well.
thing.
So the whole
The
thing,
whole yeah, it's the whole shebang.
the whole shebang. Sorry, man, I'm gonna give it a straight 5.
What?
Like you can get
Yeah, we
straight
got
in the middle,
JD
straight 5
vibes
from me.
here.
Yo, my man.
I'll tell you why, because I
Okay.
was contemplating sitting here and start listing off good-looking suits, but there's so many. I'd be here for 5 minutes. But
Yeah.
I'll make a point here, right? Charles Counterattack, Gundam Wing, Thunderbolt, Double O, Seed, Zeta. These are all shows I've been raised on.
Okay.
I'm talking like raised on, not
Yeah.
something I picked up later in life.
So
These are
basically,
my age
right,
periods.
like teat right to the mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This wasn't like, being fed dog food and being told by other people it's meatloaf or
Okay.
having my face pissed on and being told it's raining.
Oh,
This was direct
okay.
baby food from the jar for me with Gundam.
Okay.
But the point is that uh,
Colorful
I have
words.
tried so much to enjoy this show, and I've enjoyed elements,
Yeah.
Mecha design, yeah, definitely up there. High marks mecha design. I love the Caliburn too. Not a huge fan of Ariel, but Caliburn I love.
Yeah.
Schwarzetta, people have ribbed on it for its gimmicks. I enjoyed the gimmicks. I was refreshed by it. I
Mhm.
was like, I was raised on gimmicks, man. 90s and early 2000 mecha was gimmicks,
Yeah. That's
so
kind of
I
true.
enjoyed seeing that again. But apart from the good music, totally agree on you guys with that. I have to agree with the plot line just going up, down, up, down, up, down through the episodes, not not like halfway through a season switch around. I'm talking episode per episode. The recovery periods for me was like, ooh, we've got an IBO style episode. Yes, definitely love that because it was IBO being referenced. I mean, everyone saw that. We all knew it was. And then you've got other references like Big Beam Cannon Shot, Wing Zero.
Mhm.
But that's
Oh,
also the downside of this show to me is that it has leaned on so many past references to make it big. And yeah, it has got its own elements where it's like, ooh, that's original. This is original. I'm enjoying that little bit, but they're in such small helpings. It's like going to the Rick and Morty universe and going to the Little Bits restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
Have a little bit, eat some little bits, and that's all you get.
Okay. Okay.
And the show just, I have tried to love it, and aspects of it I do love,
Yeah.
but the overall show, I don't think it would be here if other shows didn't lend to it. Like if you didn't get the references from the other shows like IBO, Wing, I've seen glimpses of Thunderbolt showing up in that show with like heavy weapons usage and child murder, etc. But the point is,
Child murder. Just so
I get why
casually saying
people.
It's a
Yeah, I
main.
know, so
It's the
casually
normal thing
saying
in Gundam, honestly.
it.
it is normal to me from past shows in the 90s, early 2000s. Wartime child murder on an anime doesn't even make me blink. But I get where people that are newer to Gundam or people who haven't watched those older shows, I understand why Witch from Mercury is so high up there. I understand that completely. But for me as an older viewer, and I've seen all those other shows, uh, Ariel's got good design. It had great potential, but they just didn't point it in a certain direction. They just zigzagged everywhere, trying to hit markers for people. I guess what I'm going to boil it down to is it feels like a fan service show. If you are new to it, yeah, this is all great and flashy and ooh, I love it. And yeah, they nearly got me with a Gatling gun Gundam action, but I unfortunately saw through it the moment I saw a giant beam cannon. I saw straight through it. I was like, okay, so
Okay.
you're trying to feed the heavy arms in me and the Wing Zero, and then you've just made everything go back to normal next episode. That didn't fly with me at all. But yeah, I see where the fans love it, but for me, I've tried my best. it's a good show, but it's not going on my hit list of like I want to build models of this. I want to have DVD collectibles. Yay, congrats for the creators.
Mhm.
Nah, I'm sorry. I love it, but not enough to rank it higher than a 5 overall. You will enjoy it if you're a new fan, but I think if you're in my bracket, which is the older fans of where we've seen all the shit and all the leaning on, you're not gonna you're gonna binge watch it for sure. Binge watching this is a good idea, but how we've watched it week by week, I've not been excited for like the last few episodes.
Okay.
Uh, the Schwarzette thing for me, that was the highlight. Not Ariel doing Quiet Zero and some weirdo firing guided missiles into a system that's obviously controlling mechs and shutting them down. It was just dumb.
Okay.
But the Schwarzex gimmicks gave it a bit of like, oh, that's the old Gundam I love. That's the double O. There's
Yeah.
a bit of Thunderbolt. You know, that's what I enjoyed seeing. And I'll give the plotline credit that they've tried to do their own thing. I will give them credit for that very much so. But yeah, five out of 10 for
Okay.
me. I
Okay.
could be here all night going up and down with major points. I'm just touching on the
Sure.
ones that mean the most to me. But
Sure.
yeah, 5 out of 10. Binge
Okay.
watch it, enjoy it that way.
Okay. Wow.
I know I just sounded like the most oldest man in the room and everyone just turned gray. I get it.
It's fine.
It's good. All right.
That's
Go
all
on.
right.
All right. Well,
I've got
We
to be honest
appreciate it.
too, guys. You will always get
Now
honesty.
it's my turn.
Oh,
I will
God.
like to say one thing
yeah.
before we start. Originally, I was going to give it a 7, but then I heard Locust, and I went down to 6 because he made me remember some stuff that's actually a problem.
Locust
It's not
made it
like
go down more.
He made it go down more because he actually, the way he spoke actually reminded me of Flaws.
Okay.
And then JD spoke, and it went down to a 5.
Oh my
And then
god.
V spoke, so now it's down to 5 or 4.5.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Oh my boy.
Because they
Join
helped
the
me.
club.
We got
Because they helped me
JD levels
remember.
and fluffy levels of scoring
Because
here
here's
now.
the thing, they helped remind me of all the
Oh.
flaws with his. Yes, the mecha designs are wonderful, except for the Ariel.
Mama.
All of them are greatly designed by a bunch of like. You can clearly see the Armored Core inspired. Like I can literally make one of the designs of the Gundams in Armored Core. They all are beautifully designed. Like I would happily hop in any of them or buy a model kit for any of them. But the problem is, like they said before, the main cast doesn't give us enough. And while Locust said there's not a big sprawling war or feel of, oh, if this doesn't happen, I will all die. And he's actually wrong because Ariel has to win each and every time, or Stoletta has to win each and every time, or she loses the Ariel.
Oh yeah, no, I meant that, but it was like at least none of the characters would instantly die if that did happen. Like the stakes are there, but it's not the same stakes as IBO. We're like, okay, we lost, and then we all got summarily
At
executed.
the time, it's pretty much the same with for Stoletta.
True.
So yeah, that brings down, and the music ain't all that great to me. Like V and actually Kai remind me of the really good music like Thunderbolt and IBO because no one can beat that Spanish guitar or that
True.
jazz
True.
It's jazz. You can't beat jazz.
or some of the crazier stuff from Gundam G, which is has a wonderful soundtrack. And just like I can even like in my head right now, if I said Gundam Epion, you all immediately hear that theme in your head, don't you?
Nope,
yeah,
don't,
I
but I
do,
didn't
yeah.
watch
I
it.
mean, I see the
Haven't gotten
Epion,
that
but
part.
yeah, I get what you mean.
I don't remember it.
What?
Either way,
Unicorn is the one to go for me. That chorus.
Yeah.
yes, everyone knows the Unicorn theme. If you don't know the Epion theme, then you know the Unicorn theme. But yeah, G-Witch has none of that really. There's no like real sound for each Gundam, like, and the battles don't feel like anyone's really in danger. The only one that felt like he was in danger was Ghoul at all. And Elon, obviously, Elon 4 died, but he's the only one that died.
Yeah.
which just kept bringing it, like, each time you guys brought up these points that I forgot about, I'm like, it just kept going down and down and
Jesus.
down. Because I keep remembering all these, like, I'm like, yeah, the show is okay, but I'm not gonna say it's like Gundam Seed bad, dear God, no. It's just mad because it doesn't really do anything with its setting or ideas all that much.
Like
It
Gundam
gives
Seed?
us little tiny bits. Like V said, little tiny bits into things that a Gundam fan would be interested in.
Yeah.
But then it decides to focus on Yuri and pairing, and I do not give a shit about pairings.
Yeah, you just want to get those little bits.
Like, I care about the larger setting. I don't, like, sure, I kind of care about character relationships a little bit, but not nearly to the extent they obviously want me to. It's very clear that they are trying to appeal to a different audience, but if you're trying to appeal to a Gundam fan, then this is really not the show for you, I will be honest.
True.
Like, even when they make all those references, that just reminded me of like V said, shows I'd rather be watching. Because if I really want to get gritty and see a cool guy rip apart Zaku's, I'm gonna go watch Thunderbolt. If I want to see a, like, emotionally deprived child mercenary tear through other mechs with a fucking rebar, then I'm gonna go watch Double O. Or not Double O, well,
IBO.
somewhat Double O and
IBO
IBO.
or something like that.
Yeah. It's just, I feel like it doesn't use any of the things we're given. Like, yeah, it's tournament. Go full on with that then. Show how important this really is. Show, like, literally people betting on the kids or something. Like,
You want kids to be introduced to Gambler? Come on.
No, I want people to be betting on them without them knowing about them betting on them. Like, literally, like, it doesn't give us enough in any degrees of what a Gundam fan would want, because it's, as you know, it's, whether or not it's all about the war, it's still about war.
Right.
That is Gundam to its core. And it just doesn't give us enough of that. Like, we see some of the bad stuff with Earth, but we barely get to get there. So, yeah.
I'll actually add to yours and say, yeah, I think the main element is that
They were-
they've literally given us suits, which is lovely, but that's all I've taken away from this show. So I agree with Wolf on that very much so. I haven't got any memory of the music apart from the Dead Space Happy Birthday song, which isn't even the show's song. They've got their own version. So I agree with Wolf on all these points, is that we've got nice suit designs. That's all I've gotten from this, unfortunately.
Like, it's not all
Can I
that
change your
memorable.
score?
You can change your score.
Oh,
What do you
can
change?
I?
So Kai's score was an
Yes,
8.
so my score was 8, but I got reminded of all the heavy nostalgia bait, which is something I criticize Disney
Yeah,
for.
that's the matter.
Like, here's the thing, it's fine with making one or
So,
two references, but
I went
relying on
from-
it so heavily is
I went from
not
8
good.
to 6. I went from 8 to 6.
Okay.
Wait,
real
what?
quick.
Maybe
You
even
went
a
down
little lower.
2 points?
Damn! You went down 2. Like, here's
Can
the thing I will say.
Rise from Skywalker
I
burned
just
me.
want to confirm this.
Oh,
Kai, you're going from an 8 to a 6. Can I confirm this?
Yes.
Oh my.
like, if you
Because
like Yuri
something-
stuff or pairing, I'm not gonna begrudge you, but Slice of Life is not Gundam. I will just say
Yeah.
that right there.
I didn't mind the pairing. That saves
I-
it a little bit, but
I just don't care about it. That's the thing.
All
It's
right.
just-
Can I
yeah,
Okay.
but
can I make a comment?
Look,
I have-
God.
before
Go on.
Locust goes, Locust, I just want to say, you got to be careful what you say, because these scores are dropping, okay?
I don't
I will-
care.
These
I
scores
don't
are
care.
we
dropping.
gotta be very careful about it.
Here's a simple realization I
Locust,
have
go.
made through my time in BattleTech and on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's that all the people who are more used to the typical Gundam
Yeah.
shows fucking hate Witch from Mercury
Okay.
or dislike it or whatever, and everybody who's newer or who isn't necessarily that like attached
Yeah.
to the whole everybody has to die, there has to be a war setting and so on, loves the show. It's just a
I-
curious observation I have made.
Hey,
It's
I
actually,
I
honestly,
disagree
that's
with
actually,
that.
I would say that's a pretty good observation.
I will
Hey,
say it's
I
not the best observation, because I will say that Gundam is always about war. There is no escaping that whatsoever. It
I
is
see one-
anti-war.
I see wanted to say
Hey.
something.
Oh,
I have to
okay.
get going,
Sorry.
but before that, I wanted to change my score too.
Okay.
Same.
What was your
After
original
being
score?
reminded, my original score is a 9.
Okay.
After everything that was just said, which was used as a criticism, I actually really liked that stuff about it,
Yeah.
and I'd forgotten about the music.
Yeah.
I'm up to a 9.9.
Whoa, we got a
there you go.
9.9.
9.9.
It still loses
Now we're
one for not
flipping.
having the
Let me
wedding.
just
Yeah,
say
fair
it
enough.
could have been a 5.
Thanks,
I
Icy.
was contemplating 5 or 4 or 4.5. But the thing that saved it was the music. I like the music. The mecha designs are another big thing. I also really liked how it subverted expectations.
Yeah.
Would I have preferred a war setting? Yes. I would have preferred that. I would have preferred higher stakes. I didn't get that. But the subversion of some Gundam tropes did help. I'm going to say that.
Uh,
But
All right, I got to get going.
Thanks,
I would
Icy.
have preferred to see those
Take care,
tropes
Icy.
play
See you guys.
out.
every time I hear subversion, that just makes me want to make the thing go
Okay,
lower.
I'm gonna tell you guys what I think is.
What can I say? I like being a contrarian sometimes.
I really feel that they could do a really condensed. I know you guys have some of you guys said like, it was too the ending was too fast paced and what stuff. I feel like this could be cut into a 2.5 hour movie. The
Yeah,
whole
totally
series.
agree.
Yeah,
really
honestly, I
feel
think it could.
could see
The
that.
school setting could be, 20 minutes. You can show what you need to show in terms of some of the like the fight scenes and whatnot, and then maybe into the half-hour mark you get the betrayal, and then you get really into the plot of like the revenge story and stuff like that, and then do your stuff. I think I've actually seen people saying that they want to actually cut it into a OVA themselves and present it. So I'm looking
Yeah, I
forward to
could
seeing
actually
that.
see
Anyone want to
that
do?
That's
along.
strange.
Yeah.
Anyone want to do a Witch from Mercury abridged?
I would.
I'd
I
be
would do
fine.
it.
As long as I get to play Ghoul.
I would do it.
Good. I get to play Elan.
I'm my score for the show is a 7.
Oh.
I know it's
Well, there you go.
surprising.
Really?
That's cool.
I know it's
Ooh,
very
it is
surprising. And I give it a 7 because I can't let my emotions lie to me or I can't lie to my emotions in terms of did have emotional feelings of like I was cheering on certain people and I have to say, I know it's gonna become a shock. I actually ended up liking Soletta near the end because she wasn't stuttering. She wasn't just like she was like these last couple episodes. Like she was the
She was-
pilot that I wanted to see throughout the series.
She was actually doing stuff.
She was kind of a badass, and
herself.
I really liked that. And I kind of like. I didn't like her stuttering and her, her just goofiness, I
Being a
guess, in the
bumbling
beginning.
idiot.
I mean, you can be goofy, but it was too much for me.
It was overplayed.
I just wish I saw more of that, but there's a lot of stuff that I liked: the mech design, the music, the setting was fantastic. The major kind of like hits for me was they spent way too much time in school. Was really overplayed, and I didn't care for a lot of the D-listers. In my mind, I feel like if they had less screen time, you'd have more episodes to fill that kind of had what people wanted more of, like more of like Miorne and like Soletta kind of bonding, or just stuff like that, like stuff that wasn't rushed near the end. Instead, you kind of showed the D-listers a lot more than you really should have. Like, did we really need the dominatrix scene, with Cecilia and that dude that no one knows his name?
I've already forgotten his name.
Did you really need to show a lot of the D-listers in their environment and whatever? Probably not, because I don't even remember half their names. Just like stuff like that. I feel like Bob was pretty good portrayed. The corporate war I understand, but I like looking back at it, I don't like was it that important to like did we need all the details and maybe not, you know.
It will have
Um
been. Mhm.
because I feel it really turned the focus on like this is I think it's the expectation that we had with the prologue. The prologue was holy shit, you know, this happened and Prospera's out for revenge. That was my mindset going into the series. And it
Yeah.
didn't and I felt that was not the focus of the show, which I felt like it should have been. And it was more in the background. That's kind of my complaint, but I had, you know, when there was when Guel won battles, when he suffered, I felt like I had emotional responses to that. When Soletta was kicking ass in the final 3 episodes or whatever, and stuff was happening, I had emotional responses to that, and I was like cheering her on. So I can't go lower than I'm gonna give it a 7. I can't go lower than a 6. So I can't lie and say that I didn't feel anything.
I will. Can I say one last thing?
Yes, you can.
Because I just realized something. Locus, you just made me realize something. When you said that
That-
older Gundam fans, it's because the newer Gundam fans aren't used to what Gundam is used to. We know what to expect, so it's a newer idea to them. But we've seen all the tropes and we know some of it, which
Yeah.
is why we're more likely to rate it lower because it's
Or in
like,
my unfortunate case, I know all of it.
yeah.
Drain my
Uh,
brain. Drain
So,
it
in other
now.
words,
Honestly, this makes me really interested in how like seeing how the writing for Witch from Mercury and IBO has been slightly different. This makes me
Yeah.
really interesting how like the news thing
Uh-oh.
Locus,
react to that.
Locust,
Uh-oh.
what
There
happened?
Locus,
you
you
go. Locus is
completely
back.
cut out. You were like, it's like
Can you hear me?
like a sandstorm hit you.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
we hear you
got you
now.
back.
Okay,
Go on.
this whole discourse because
Oh
it's
no, it's happening again.
second.
You okay? Yeah,
You're
you're
all right.
good.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
All right, so this whole thing, because I've been also seeing it in like BattleTech and stuff, makes me interested in how the new seed thing they're doing. I don't know if it's like an episode or just a movie, whether
I
or
think it's a
not that's going
movie.
to have more
It's a
more of
movie.
the old writing or the like quote unquote the newer writing of how things are done these days, and how the older series in this quote unquote, if it is the newer writing, is going like how people are going to react to that. Whether or not it's going to be a whole opposite of what's going on right now, where it's like the older fans are like, okay, Witch from Mercury was kind of okay, but there were a lot of flaws, while the newer fans are like, oh, this was amazing. If it's going to be like all the newer fans are like, this fucking sucks, and all the older fans are like, I love this. You
Listen,
know?
it's Gundam Seed. I don't think the old fans are gonna love it all that much.
I-
The Gundam
no,
Seed
I
fans.
would-
Like,
hey,
I'll be the double advocate here. I prefer seed over this.
I'm with Locust. I'm actually really interested to see what people like. It's been like what I don't know, 15,
I don't know. It has
18
Kira on the
years.
cover, so I'm not
yeah,
sure it'll
18,
be all
15
that
years
good.
since I've seen it. So I'm gonna watch it and we're gonna discuss it. But I'm really interested
I
to
still want
see.
to add something though from the older Gundam fans
Yeah,
sort of seating, and it's rather an important thing I want to throw out there. This might seem a bit, obvious, but I'm going to say it anyway. All these ratings and opinions we have to anyone that watches this or on Twitter and so on, they're ours. If you enjoy Witch from Mercury, I will personally say I am happy that you enjoy a Gundam show. And you should enjoy it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's your opinion, and you are fully validated to have those opinions. Just like with Gunpla builds and the community as a whole, we all enjoy what we enjoy. We sometimes bang heads, but that's what opinions are.
Yeah,
So
we're
if
old
you
enough.
enjoy the show, I'm happy for you. If you
yeah.
don't enjoy the show, I'll recommend other ones for you to try. But the
Yeah, it's
point
not.
is, keep enjoying what you enjoy, people, and that's from the older Gundam people. We all love it, and we hope you love it too.
Yeah, pretty much. I
Absolutely.
mean, honestly, I do hope that they find something. It's like when I was looking for mech designs for my girlfriend to actually like, and she eventually did find one she liked. She didn't like most of the Gundam designs, which is fine. I mean, you're not gonna like everything.
Yeah.
It's part of being a person. We're not gonna all agree. We're not an echo chamber here. We don't have like that freaking new type synchronization bullshit.
Yeah. If I could turn your guys' attention to the robot spirits Gundam
I'll just
Caliburn.
add that I love that design, but I am gonna have to run off myself. So I love
Okay.
all you guys, and I'll see you
Okay.
next week. I might buy this.
It's
I'll
only
let you guys
It looks
$71
nice.
US.
I
Yeah, it's
might
only
buy it for that,
$71.
It
yes.
looked nice. If I had money, I'd
Hey.
probably get it.
It's also
But
only
I'll
available in
catch you guys
Japan right
later.
now,
Thank
so
you.
you guys have to
Yeah.
wait for it to be in the US anyway.
And
Yeah,
there's the
makes
robot
sense.
spirits. So
Yeah. It's actually interesting because right now I'm checking because there's a SH Figure Art Soletta that's only available on P Bandai that has one, it has the robot scooter,
Oh,
and it's in the student uniform instead of the holder one, which the like official normal model has.
yes.
And that's also $71. And if that's gonna show up in P Bandai USA, I'm getting it. Even if it's just for the scooter.
Oh my god.
well, I've already pre-ordered a bunch of the build metaverse stuff, so I'm kind of tapped out.
Yeah. I mean, as we
We're-
saved we're talking about it next week, but we saved a bunch of money at the Komi. I was expecting to spend a lot on like art. And then there was no like a little foreshadow. There was no Witch from Mercury or Gundam art at the Komi.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Yeah, we'll be talking
we'll
about
talk about
that.
it next week.
We'll be talking
Ah.
about that because there were some bad surprises like that. There were some cool things. So but still, we walked through the entire artist alley. Maybe not checking every booth. Like we
Wait,
scrolled
wait,
through everything.
was there Gundam stuff in general, or just no Witch
There
from Mercury?
were Gundam things in like the
Okay.
market hall, which is the place where like businesses go. But
Yeah.
the artist alley had nothing Gundam related. It was all Genshin, Chainsaw Man, and what was the last one? And Demon Slayer. It was all Genshin, and that's it. That's were the main three themes of everything.
Yeah.
And there were
Oh.
also a little another foreshadow. There were like half the people in cosplays, Genshin cosplays.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Yeah.
Genshin
We'll talk
is
about it. We'll talk about it
incredibly
next
big.
week.
Genshin's different.
What do you guys?
Yeah, we'll talk about it
What do you
next
guys? I feel like the Caliburn looks a lot like the Ariel, like so
I-
much so in this picture.
Yes.
Yeah, the
It looks
legs.
like a
The
Go ahead.
head, yeah.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Like the sister.
The more it looks like the
I-
Ariel is, it detracts points.
Yeah.
I want them. I like the look of the high grade more than the Veranime anyway. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna get. So
I'll wait for the model kit. Maybe we'll see.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've
Probably
never
what I'm
been a
doing.
fan
Listen,
of.
if I wanted a
of,
Spirits
the
one, I
figures.
would just get the freaking Gundam Versago because that has crazy shit.
Oh, the Versailles.
Honestly,
I might get the
it
Gym
annoys
Gold
me.
Districts.
It annoys me how many cool like spirits models there are that just don't exist for Gunpla. Like right now on the USA one, they have one Zaku version with like a massive machine gun and stuff,
Yeah.
and it looks so cool. And I'm like, I would totally buy this if it was a Gunpla kit.
But it's not.
It's not.
Yeah,
not.
yeah, I can't get the Versago in a Gunpla kit. I have to get the metal version.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, guys. Anything else to add before we end the stream here? We had quite the topics and the discussion here. Is oh, actually, I did want to show you one more thing. If I can. I updated the scoreboard, and I wanted to show everyone what everyone's ranking looks like. All right, so we have after the first session of What's That Gundam, we have Medic with 500 points. We have V Fluffy with 500 points. We have Mekumoku Pilot at 250 points. We have Kai with 100 points. And then
I will
we
bet more.
have
All three of us with.
we have
Let's go.
Beck Wolf at minus 100. Icy at minus 100. JD at minus 100.
Let's
I mean,
go.
that's not surprising. And then we have
Hey,
Loki's with minus 100 points. So,
Hey, I didn't say it.
I guess I'll have to make the next one easier. I don't know how I can, but we'll figure it out.
Listen, I just got thrown a little off and only got 15 seconds.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
Talking about everybody on Twitter, like fucking being horny over the new Cecilia look. I already seen 2 arts.
Oh
Oh my
Yeah.
god, one. Oh, great.
All right. Well,
Twitter is
everyone.
always
No.
too horny for literally anything.
Well, everyone, that's our show
mean,
for
I
today.
like the suit,
Thank
but
you so
yeah.
much for coming and watching episode 16 of our Gundam Gunpla Grunts podcast. Big thank you to you guys for coming on board and talking about the last episode of Witch from Mercury.
Hell yeah. I'm
Yeah,
curious
no
what we're
problem.
gonna do next. Because Witch from Mercury's over.
It's a secret. I'll tell you guys soon.
she-
I think I know what it is.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Bye, everyone.
to
Take
wing.
care.
Peace.
Bye.
Boy.
Bye.